Hit that like button and subscribe. You know what it is. Coffee and Kush, Channel 54, KevRow University, R. Davis. That's enough. That's too much. That's too much. I don't even know who you is. Call it in. 424-209-9506. Why do lesbians hate? Why do black lesbians hate black men? Why do trans men and gay men hate black women is the topic. There has been an influx over the last year of all of this fake love and fake this and fake relationship advice, and we come to find out it's all division. It's all ideological subversion in real time. So it's time to put that phone number in that chat room. I come on, people know, especially my veteran students, they been here long enough. I'm not here to fuck around. That's what I feel good. Uh, Finding out at this point what this is really about and how far we come. I'm surprised that KevRow University is still around. I'm surprised that Kev is still standing. I'm sure if I'm surprised, they surprised. Thinking back of all the travesties and all of the distractive behavior, you feel me? All of that shit. Hey, Kev is still here fighting a good fight, and the big part of this, shout out to y'all, but Tehran, not right now, bro. Get up out of here. And who is this? Teddy. The rest of y'all, get up out of here. You not calling it in. You not showing no type of interest in our topics that we got at the row. Don't come over here pressing one because you see my class pressing one. You getting up out of here. Yep. The old Kev. You say that for Coffee and Kush late night with the row. This information that we be coming with, it's too important to be sitting around hanging out with niggas, hanging out with me, and really just here just because they like to look around and shit. That ain't what's popping. Shout out to y'all too, but that ain't what's popping. And I think that I've been fair in my, ask the ladies, I've been fair in my, please, fellas, please, bro. But at this point, where you see how deep Kev is with the information and you see what's really against Kev, I think at this time you say you fucking with Kev, I think that's amped enough. Nigga, that work, that Kev, but you see the LGBTQ and the Kevin Samuels and the Princess P, Princella. You don't know what that is, Princella P, but I do know what it is. It's subversion. Just the opposite of Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was a man who liked men, telling women they wasn't shit, and now a woman who liked women coming from with retarded ass. Press one. What with retarded ass Charleston White. See, in my class, I'm not training up Charleston Whites. I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking with a bunch of people that just stop by to say what's up when Kev get on a topic that you like and you all begin. No, that ain't happening no more. I told you, you gotta have Zoom to get on my show. Told y'all. And then I'm gonna bring you on right here from my tablet. Boop. You're gonna be right on the screen. Cause I got Coffee and Kush late night with the raw. I got Instagram. I got, my class come is here. So today we talking about King George the Third, George Washington, King George, whatever you want to call it. We talking about that today. But before I did that, in the homeroom, I did want to fuck around and talk to my classroom, the fellas and the ladies that's in the chat room, because it's a lot of that shit, and I'm gonna continue these conversations because I like to have them. I like to find out later on that motherfuckers is really taking a nigga information back to these dumbass communities. That feels good. That mean they went off, they thought they knew it all, they went off, and we still whooping their ass to where my students are able to see. Ali, call it in with some teachings. Call it in with your science project, something. Todd, Marley, yep, I see Tyron Crockett. I see you. Call it in with some science project. I keep telling them, gotta learn the law. You feel me? Brittany over there whooping y'all ass, beating y'all up, calling y'all merman and shit, punking y'all around the classroom. I'm not finna see y'all get bullied around the goddamn classroom by women. The fuck wrong with y'all? Hit that like button and subscribe, ladies. They don't want to bully, but damn. You know why Princella is around? Because and her hyena bunch because and they put they them the females who raised y'all and they put stumbling blocks on you, so y'all scared of them. It's KevRow scared of the women. You know how I know y'all scared? Because y'all ain't gonna do nothing but press one. Hey, Amanda, you is they scared? For his glory. Is these men scared? Press one. If Brittany can type, she'll be typing 1,000 right now. Yeah, they scared and this one and that one. Y'all gonna let them do that, bro. Y'all gonna let them do that. All this truth coming out in the world. We talking about George. But if the men can't row the boat, what the fuck is y'all want? Would y'all want to steer the ship? I had men asking me, they want to drive the ship. Yeah, man, come on. The ship has to be driven every day. You feel me, Todd? They want to drive the ship, but I told them they're going to crash into something because they're going to leave it parked. People going to leave. People going to fuck this ship, and they going to leave, and then we all fucked up. And that was the intent. I be thinking that's be people intent to learn how to drive Kev Gill's metaphysical, mythological ship. Hit that like button and subscribe. Damn psychologists. I got their ass in a submarine and they ass sunk with the goddamn submarine and then went to the bottomless pit trying to get in somebody's goddamn brain. Get in your own brain. I'm bigger than all that. Press one. I went 3 days in psychology class. The teacher said, "You see that dude right there? He didn't even know me. That dude can have anything he wants." Press one. I ain't never went back to class. That's all I needed. Thank you, sir. Fuck it. Hang out. You see that dude right there? That dude's special. Who? How he knows that? I don't know. How you know that? I don't know. You feel me? But we gonna be talking about, since we had this Serapis and we talking George Washington, we talking their religion and their mythological. This topic is really just to draw you in. Do women like to be dominated by men? I want to have this conversation because I've got a lot of phone calls and emails and Instagram messages saying, "Kev, they're really afraid of men." I got one email. It said, "Kev, I enjoyed your show yesterday. You are very handsome. Yes, it's so what's that? It's a blessing to see a good black man with a dimple um taking down the lesbian sex coats who hate black men." She also this is anonymous. She also said that that she used to be she attracted to women, her best friend, because her best friend led her astray from her husband. She is in deep regret that she allowed the lesbian sex cult community to play with her emotions like that. Well, Chantel, shout out to you. I agree. Press one. Kim got confessionals around this bud. I agree with you. Yeah, these lesbian sex cults hate men, and they're just over there. They ain't attacked yet because they really weak, and their scientific methods are just theories and ways of them daydreaming about how nothing that they say makes sense. All of Princella's concepts are flawed by way of German descent. All of her information is from the same people she say she don't like, and men are worthless. I think she's worthless. I think they're worthless. I don't think they can create anything unless they take from somebody else. I think they blood suckers. Because what can you get? X versus X is nothing. zero versus zero, ain't nobody gonna win. We won't be able to survive as a generation. Black, white, people, yellow, orange, doesn't matter what color you pledge on the 14th Amendment rolls. Press one. You won't be able to live if we don't get along with women. What type of ideology say all we got to do is clone women? You can't clone women. First of all, your dumb ass only got a psychological community college program certificate. Press one. Your dumb ass. You got a biology nothing. Who cares? Donald Trump said, who cares about your paperwork? You can watch YouTube videos and print one of those. Nobody cares, man. Y'all all pretending out here. Hit that like button and subscribe. Why do the lesbians trying to compete and dislike the black man? 424-209-9506. Why is the black man worthless? Why are the lesbian community attacking the structure of the black family? Look, y'all getting beat up and drug up righteously across the internet. See, there's no way, nothing that you guys do or say benefit the black family as a whole, immigrant or organic. It doesn't matter. Press one. Nothing. So I'm trying to figure it out. And it seemed like the men run faster than the women. You men don't like to talk about these things. I don't know why. When your whole community is being beaten up by women. Press one. Hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that like button. How? How you gonna combat and you can't beat the divine feminine? Y'all niggas is divine feminine. Because y'all afraid of y'all masculine side or something. Y'all was raised by y'all mama. Press one. Is Kev really the only one willing to bet it all on himself? Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Ladies, ladies, ladies. Max, what up? That video you sent me, I'm going to play that today. So just know I be getting y'all information. That's why I brought up the King George stuff. I need to make sure, though, if you're not willing to fight the battle in real time, what any use are you going back in time going to solve any equation? My boat is solar powered, biogenetically engineered. Press one. That motherfucker drive by itself. No captain, no co-pilot neither. That motherfucker, the top of the line, already know what to do. In fact, it was prophesied in the ship. It's already written on what it's going to do. It's waiting on you. Hit the like button. Talk that shit. Robbie Stewart, where you been? You just can't pop back up talking about press one. Where you been? Nah, bruh. Nah, you're not just finna come over here pressing one. Where you been for the last year and a half? Trolling Kev? Nope. Nope. Press one. Mm-mm. I'm fucking with the sisters, the ladies, bro. Y'all tripping. Mm-mm. First day of school. You can't speak on why ladies hate, the lesbians hate black men. What you doing over here? Start from scratch. What you doing over here? You can't articulate your language? You already know. Kev said it at the beginning of last year. Don't be trying to hang out at my lunch tables if you ain't kicking that fire. You got a whole 2 years to learn fire and learn to kick that fire. And you just sitting back, being entertained. But when it's school time, you're going to think I'm tripping. Oh, why? Nah, bro. You got to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Press 1, ladies. Y'all witnessing these crazy women, these crazy exes and groups
Unknown caller.
chase Kev around, plot and scheme. Press 1. Y'all just laughing. Press 1. These niggas just laughing. Thinking this shit fun. Hold up, caller. They just, let me talk my shit. They just laughing and joking with them. And then the women say, nigga, that nigga is a part of the goddamn mermaid kingdom too, Kev. And they laughing with them. Press 1. Thinking I can't see. Man, fuck that. Coffee and Kush TV. Crazy black women is crazy, but they be telling the truth. Niggas ain't really there. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What's up? What's your name and where you calling from?
It's Taj, man. Taj calling in from Atlanta.
Taj Bay. What up?
Nah, ain't no back. But shoot, bro. It's that feminist agenda, bro.
You know
there's a Taj.
You know there's a Taj Bay.
Nah, I'm definitely aware of him.
Yeah.
But yes, sir.
He know all the signs. I just found him.
It's the feminist agenda,
I
though,
just
bro.
found it. Go ahead, champ.
The feminist agenda, bro. It's like it's been coming in waves in my research, and it's like it started with Margaret Sanger and them, aka like Dwight Eisenhower. And I had to go back and watch the show. Pardon me for being a little bit behind and not really understanding what was going on, but it took me another minute. It did click.
When?
But it's the same. Huh?
What you talking about? When you talking about it didn't click, or when it clicked, or what was going on? What you talking about?
Yesterday's show. And after, I didn't realize what was going on, bro. Cause I'm driving, I got a loud truck behind me. I had to skip back, start listening, and I kind of seen that Margaret Sanger, Dwight Eisenhower type of move.
What you mean?
You know what I mean? The person presented themselves as somebody in class, and then they came. You know what I mean? Comes to find out, it's a transitioning person, or you know what I mean? A person that dresses a little bit different.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, but get back to the feminist agenda. It was one of those things to separate. It's ideological subversion to separate the man from the black man from the black woman in order to come in, because you know what I mean. Like the kingdom divided is one that's going to fall. So people like the what's the lady name, Blavatsky and Sanger and them, they came and they hit the women with an ideology. And that came into the households, our households, and then from that point we fell. That's the fruit from the tree of good and evil, pretty much. The knowledge of good and evil. That's how I see it, at least.
No,
but women do like being dominated,
the
bro.
Hermetic principle teachings that they went off serving themselves in self-worship. That's the knowledge of good and evil. This quantum,
indeed, and that's a part of it. The feminist agenda is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah.
But it's something where they wanted to be all powerful. They wanted to be as God.
But
they're
not the only one who wants to be as God. The men picked up the same trait. They're percenters. They're all type of religious sects that came out of this, not just a feminist movement. The men themselves.
I was just focusing on that.
Oh, I feel you. But the men themselves became a part of the reverse. Go ahead.
And they got that from their moms, because once they were able to separate and take the man out of the household, it was a wrap from there, because you didn't have any, you know what I mean? You didn't have anybody to guide and lead the family.
No, it was them coming together during civil rights and shit. Integration. 14th Amendment citizenship over sovereignty.
because they were in a devastated state after. All right, can I go off a little bit?
Whatever you like.
All right, so it was like a flashpoint through the 20s, and once they were able to take the resource, siphon out the resources and everything like that, everybody was looking pretty much going into that Hoovertown type Hooverville time, right in the late 20s, early 30s. They were looking for something, and the federal government came with an answer, and that answer came in the shape of the New Deal. And by accepting that new deal, because and I my hypothesis on that, they needed something after the devastation, but hold up. Because I'm in my head right now, bro, and I'm thinking about the time when all of these fraternities and stuff was all coming into play. And that was all throughout the 1910s from what I was seeing, if I'm not incorrect. And just judging by a lot of their shields, their coat of arms looking things, that reminded me of like when we were studying the Code of Mithras, it, talking about the torches, the whips, and stuff like that. So is that how they were able to integrate into the community?
You asking me that?
Yes, sir. That's a question. Were they able to integrate through the boule, or AKA the Greek letter organizations? As far as, because that all came right. Like what I'm seeing is that and the NAACP came just prior to the Red Summer, like the year after the NAACP. Then it was Red Summer, where you had Tulsa, Oklahoma, and other communities throughout America. So I'm really in my head. I'm trying to make a connection. Pardon me if because I'm all over the place right now.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, Kev. I'm here, Kev. I'm just trying to think. I'm not. I'm really not trying to ramble, and I'm catching myself rambling. Just really trying to figure this out. I'm a fall back if that's cool. Give somebody else call in, opportunity to call in and get my thoughts together, and you know what I mean. Contribute a
Okay.
little bit.
My man, what the hell was that about? Press one. I'm researching myself. I'm trying to see what the fuck is Taj talking about over there. Taj, what you on early this morning? Press one. What you on? Cat got your tongue. What's wrong? Oh man, Taj said, I don't even know what's wrong with my lips. They just vomiting about. Press one. Woo! Nah, nigga, you at work. You right. At work all over the place. That's your job. It's to be all over the place at 11:35 a.m. Press what? Nah, Taj. 424-209-9506. Do women want to be dominated? Taj, what the fuck is you talking about? You just called in. For what? What you doing? You know what you doing? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. What you doing, champ? Coffee and Kush TV, early morning with the row. Y'all flea flickering and fumbling around and shit. Press one. You see that, ladies? You see that? They be fumbling around. You see that? They want to see me at the lunch tables. Press one. You see that? I get these niggas the ball. Hut hut. Here. Kev, give me the ball. I give it to them. They get to, I don't even know where I'm at in my brain. Me neither. Press one. I wasn't with you. I was looking at information pertaining to the king. My man said, what is it? Yeah, that type of shit right there. I want to get to the bottom of what you're trying to say here. Where you trying to lead the classroom and away from what? Press one. Because 66% of the vote, 67% say women like to be dominated. So what the fuck is you talking about? Press one. Hey, when I called him Taj Bay, that fucked him up, huh? Hit that like button and subscribe. That shit fucked you up. Oh my goodness. I said, only reason why I called him Taj Bay is because I was watching some this video this morning. I'm trying to find it right now. And that motherfucker said, this person, this person, this person, and then Taj Bay. And in my brain, I thought of the same cap you was just about to talk about. So when he called, he said Taj. I said, oh, it just triggered my brain. Oh, Taj Bay. Hour. This nigga over there talking about he at work now. You wasn't at work when you was. I was then this one and that one. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with them at the university? Y'all be acting like a bunch of Judases around here, all secretive. Press one running around, scrambling and shit. Especially when I get on these communities right here. Ollie, what up? Where you hiding at? Press one. Where Ollie hide? Ollie got low.
Not like this.
Hey.
Not like this.
Back. Ollie back here. These niggas at, bro. Where y'all niggas at that? Ladies, press one if KevRow is really solo. Oh my goodness. Marley, where you at? Where you at? Where y'all niggas at? Y'all supposed to be in class shining on new students. Press one. Y'all supposed to be shining on new subscribers. This is the knowledge. This is this and that and this and that. Nah, y'all not shining, bro. Y'all not representing KevRow University the way it should be. It's what the ladies are saying. And you know, where Taj go? That's not representing you correctly. Coming up here, fumbling around. Kev get up here for 5-6 hours straight yesterday and deliver power moves, lefts and right uppercuts. And y'all fumbling around in 20 seconds. See? Any student can fall at any time. You got me? Any student. Once they get up there and start fumbling around and start leading, what are you talking about? Tell me what you talk. Oh, nothing. Oh, I ain't talking about nothing. Okay, so if you ain't talking about nothing, then what you calling me for? So you call me to verify what I already said. So that's what you're doing. You calling me to verify what I already said. That's why I asked you, is that a question you're asking me? Because I just answered that. That was my counter argument. What are you asking me my counter argument for? This isn't natural. This is pushing this up to no good. This isn't rational. I just said that. And that's when I realized that's always happening with you. When you call in with this whole weak shit, then I know it's finna go nowhere. I know exactly what you about to do. And guess what you do? Press one. I know exactly what this nigga about to do. And then he do. Huh? I was, where I'm at? Gotta go. I'm finna. Every time. That's why I put this up here. Why do lesbians hate? So I can see who with us on the boat. You feel me? Oh, it was this one and it was that one and it was this one. No, Kev, you wrong. I'm right. I was thinking like this. I know what you was thinking like. Right along the guidelines of what I'm not supposed to be thinking like. Hit that like button and subscribe. See? See, Taj the Bay. That's why I call y'all niggas the Bays. Y'all gotta convert and honor y'all oaths. Press one, caught up in that stuff. Y'all gonna always resort back to the same type of what the fuck is you doing? Your mind always gonna be in wonder and going here and going there and like, where you going? That's all. And I'm glad that I do these shows preschool because I want to give y'all a chance to call it in and see what's on y'all mind. What's really on your mind? Because today we talking about King George and all of the good shit that come with that information. And I don't think niggas' mind be in the right place. For them, yeah. After you,
Unknown caller.
no. You feel me? So I'm going to see who else
Call
mind
from.
is in the right place. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University. You on the air. What up?
What up, Kev? This Max.
This who?
Max.
All right, what up, Max?
What up, man? How you doing?
Huh? How I'm doing? Shit, hanging out with
Yeah, man.
I'm hanging out with the ladies, chilling, fucking with you. Still trying to see where the lesbians at, seeing if they want some smoke before I go to class. Go ahead.
Like always, man. Like always. That woman yesterday and past 3 days, man. That video you showed yesterday, she reminded me of Janice. Remember when we were on Janice, and she was dressed with the red and the all looking all fancy and sitting back.
Yes, with her
That's
breast
how
out.
she brought. Yeah, that's what I like. Wait, is this Janice? It's like this person just been taking from each characters we've been studying over the years and applying it to them with your teaching.
Well, so what that mean to you, Jam? That's powerful what you just said. Say that again, so
somebody
we can digest, so Ali can hear it, and Marley can hear
All
it.
right, so
Go ahead.
this person, they've been taking every character Kev been breaking down and showing how they've been manipulating the black family, the black man.
Go ahead.
They took from that each character and added it to themselves and took his teachings and everything's upside down what they doing.
Trying.
Yeah.
Because those aren't my teachings. My teachings is that the Son of Man.
No,
My teachings, yeah, but let me say this. That's their teachings. That's what they're afraid of, me exposing their teachings. My teachings is John 16.
yes,
But
sir.
go ahead.
And I didn't mean like your,
No, I know what you meant.
but
I know what you meant. That was
you
that
know
was
what I
just
mean.
bars.
Like,
Go ahead.
yeah, the way you teach, the way you say, yo, y'all fellas, y'all need to stand up. Trevor, I got all the women over here. You know, it's the same thing they say, but in reality, we know you're not over here trafficking or pimping. I know that's how you talk to get us to call in and speak up, stand on our 10 toes down, like you say, man. And this shit really frustrates me that somebody really got the in them to do some shit like this.
Like what? What
You
you talking about?
understand?
Do what? Do what?
To come on the computer and act, they brains to be doing this, man.
Go ahead.
Acting, because it's like 1 minute you a man, you a woman, you so confused that, bro, I don't even want to watch this, bro. Like, I'm here watching, yo, no lie, the first time you was on for like 4 or 5 hours, I fell asleep listening to this shit, bro. This shit was so boring. I fell asleep and I jumped from my sleep right when you started talking and I'll see you tomorrow.
You remind me of what George. You remind me of what George said about that movie Prometheus. You just fall asleep. Some shit is just like, fuck, bro. I'm going. I had to sit through that broad too. I went to sleep on her too and shit. I was like, fuck, bro. I can't listen to this shit no more.
It's not going anywhere. It's not. You're not going anywhere with it. You just, like you say,
So do
talking
you
around
think
in
that's the
circles.
plot? That's just a cover for what's really going on?
I think so.
Yeah. Because she kind of got at just Pearly thing. She said the manosphere was like on some low-level pimping shit. She keeps saying black men thinking she pimping and all. It's not like we wasn't in the game when we was younger or knew somebody who was in the game and articulate and females that's in the game. It's like we are black people from the hood. What you talking about? We think. You think. You keep bringing it up. We don't care if you pimping or what the hell you doing, but we are anti-trafficking, so it will get our attention if you bring it up. Go ahead.
Yes, it will. And the other thing, she called herself white. She referred to herself as a white person.
What?
But that video you showed, bro, one of the first videos you played, she referred to herself as a white person.
Oh my goodness.
But yesterday, when you showed that
Her
video,
dad is
she was
probably
like
white.
dark.
Her dad is probably white.
So I don't know if it was like the makeup or whatever it is she put on, or the camera, the lighting made her look like darker. And then you showed like
Cardi B
later
identifies
on,
as
like
white.
light.
Cardi B, I mean not Cardi B. Jocelyn Hernandez.
Jocelyn Hernandez. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't know. It could be the lighting or whatever it is. She looked dark in that, bro. She completely threw me off when you showed that video of a woman bad talking against men, and then the other video you're like a bald headed, like you said, it looked like that hat got the wig on it and everything.
The hat
the wig
came
attached
equipped
to it
with like it's an automatic
with the
female
wig.
hat, like the hat automatic wig type of thing, a hair hat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
It's just so much she said, but one thing she did say about.
You think they trying to take my information and cipher it through this, and she think that she's me?
Oh yeah, oh definitely. She don't think she trying to. She really want to be you, man.
That's scary.
Like,
She
they really
wants
want
to
to
be.
be. What? Also, she said that I was like, bro, this is what Kev said. She said, when I go outside, people just attracted to me. Like they just come up and talk to me. I'm like, bro, this is what Kev talk about, man. Again, this is all Kev.
Yeah, Kev go outside, and people are like, "Hi," but this ain't. You feel me? This is just my life. But how you got the same story? It's like, how does these people, the Kevin Samuels, all of these different things? You brought up Janice. Janice fucked up and just was like, "Fuck it, JetBlue, shit." Why she said it?
Yo,
A fucking stalker, man.
yeah,
These brought this fucking hungry hippo stalkers. Go ahead.
when I really notice that people watch you and they don't give you your props.
Oh, they don't
Like
want to do that.
2 years ago, 2 years ago, I went to a comedy show, like a little stand-up comedy show, you know, and I'm here listening to this one guy. He come up, he's giving jokes, and then he said that one joke you said about your father whooping you, and saying like, you know, I love you, like come over here and give you a hug or whatever. He used that same joke you
Those
used,
are authentic jokes, bro.
and it hit,
Huh?
bro. It hit, but when he used it, it didn't. I couldn't laugh because I was like, yo, that's not you.
Right.
So it's like I'm getting the same thing with this woman.
Right.
It's really irritating and frustrating, man, to see her do this. Like, come on
Right.
the internet. Like, you can't be original yourself. You can't be authentic.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but when I got to LA, bro, this some crazy shit. The helicopter over my house, right? I filmed the shit.
Oh
I'm-
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone. This is the crazy shit, because all the shit that they do, I'm always talking to somebody when they do the shit. So they know it ain't just me. It's other people who be like, nigga, I was just with you the other day. And hold up. But look, an old boy used my clip immediately. Do a skit to it and everything.
Of the helicopter.
Now I tagged the shit. I say, look at them. Soon as I touch down in LA, welcome back, Kev. Here they go, LAPD hovering. These niggas already. So I said, damn, is that fast? Yep. That's how fast people watch you. You don't even know. Well, you didn't know. You wasn't aware to what you brought to the internet. You teaching and doing all type of shit, but people dissecting your shit. That's real good because they gonna pass out. You feel me? They gonna pass out. That's all. Yeah, if you try to take a character from somebody when it's really them, because it's not a character, and that is being used to attract specific people, you got to continue to want it and keep taking from that individual, and that becomes difficult. Then you start losing what people are attracted. Then boom, it's a hard fall. You feel me?
You start losing your true self.
Bingo.
It's like these actors, like you said, Jim Carrey, like he went crazy because he was all these different characters. Like these people really lose who they truly are when they doing all these acting jobs, man.
Right.
Because they really got to get into character form, and after doing that for months and months and months, you basically lose yourself and like, you know.
Right. Right. And I be trying to prevent that from happening because I know that's what's going to happen. Especially fucking with me because I do this for real. This is my life. You be too busy trying to study me and you'll waste 10 years and then look back and see what the fuck you lost fucking with me and I'm still not finished. I'm like, come on, keep fucking your life up. Take it from me. Come on. Come on. Keep going. You know, I keep telling people this internet is just a way for me to vent. My life is just like that. People copy and take, but that's good. It allows me to see them. She not really Kev. This is an imitation. Men are worthless. That's a heart. That's a broken heart. That's fucked up. Men are worthless. What type of analogies are these?
She's damaged to the core, like her heart, like no coming back from that. And only way I see her coming back from that is God.
She got it. No, she. Yeah. Well, with God, anything is possible. But this one right here,
Yes,
they breed Satan's children. They philosophies are so. And she tried to come over here. I mean, look what they're doing. They're taking information and still trying to pump it towards a scientific theory for LGBTQ. Well, you can't come back from that. Come on, you be wanting to feel sorry for people. You be wanting to feel sorry for people, but people walking. You know, some people just are fucked up and born to be hoodlums or fucking. You know what I'm saying? Be them. Maybe
yes,
they'll
sir.
come back in
Yes, sir.
another life as another soul or something. Who knows?
Yes, sir. What she said about that 80-20%, that 80% female, 20% male, like that's how she would want the world to be. That hit me like that's what happened when you explained the history with the Holocaust with these people over
Go
here.
ahead. Because
That's how
the
I looked at
males
it.
were the
Like,
ones who were wiped out. That's how you gained the
yes,
matriarchy.
so
The females got the dowries, the state got parents patriae, and that was that. You feel me, Taj? You feel me? So that's
so
that.
that
Go ahead.
when she said that, that hit me like the Adam and Eve situation
Of
with
course.
it hit me like, okay, so since
No, it is the Adam and
history
Eve
and that
situation, sir. You
that's the
see?
Adam and
Now go ahead because
oh, bro.
because this is the first. This is what I was discussing with somebody in the background. I always talk about the second Adam, the rebirth, the union, the coming back between church and state, Christ and his. Let's go ahead. Go ahead. Why does it make you think about
So
the
all right,
Adam?
so when she said the 80% female, 20% male,
Yes.
that made me click to the Holocaust and what happened to people over here of this land and the extermination of the black male and the family. But in that situation, most of the male and head of states were wiped out. So that would leave 80% more women walking
Facts.
around. So whatever kids
She
or
told it,
children
bro.
that was
She
around,
told it. You understood it.
yeah, the women was the ones who raised the kids with that mentality,
You
raised the
proved
boys
our
with that
point.
mentality.
Now hold up, B.
You
Taj, checking, Taj. You feel me? Hey, Taj. Hey, check this nigga. Hey, this nigga just proved our point using her shit. You can't fuck with us males. Bitch, we don't play with toys and play video games. We do that because it's boring now. We ain't got nothing else to do. We don't did every damn thing. Press one. This man just sat up here and broke that shit down and repeated, sir. Go ahead. Fuck.
Yeah, so in the 80-20%, what you would have when they exterminated the black male, you would have more females than males. So you would have the females raising up the boys, raising up the men.
That's how you say that shit, Taj. That's how they took
So
them out.
that's
Genocide.
how you would get. Yeah, that's how you would get the men not studying law because they were raised by women.
Come on. And they studied all
the
allegorical
women
banging their
don't
head
know.
and trampolines and tambourines on the wall talking about Jesus, Jesus. They really saying Horus, Horus, and Ptah, and the deaf, and all this other stuff. So now they're dead. Their children are raised in death. They're dead. Press one, knowing no God. Didn't the Father say the third and fourth generation who hate me? Well, who hate me? Hate is the opposite of love. To love God is to do his law. To hate him is to not do the law. So if you got the third and fourth generation not doing the law, which you are not, you are criminal by way of 13th and 14th Amendment. It's a wrap for you. There's your prophecy shit right there. But continue on, sir.
Yes, so that was powerful when it was powerful to me when she said that. Like it clicked. Like that's the Adam and Eve right there in history, where you have now a generation where the kids is not studying law because they were raised by their parents. So basically, the women.
The women in the
So
state.
now you have Yeah, now you got a generation of men that grow up believing in this fake stuff, and now you have a generation of women growing up like, yo, where are all the men? Like, y'all not standing up. Y'all don't know nothing because
Right.
we were raised in the same shit stuff y'all was in.
Right.
Y'all was raised in.
So it's the opposite effect, and we're wondering, what the fuck? You all ain't doing this, and they like, well, y'all ain't standing up, and it's become this big misunderstanding. Go ahead, King.
Yes, sir. And man, it's powerful, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's sad that it happened that way, and but it's powerful at the same time when you really
I know
sit
you be
back
thinking
and
about
do it.
that shit like,
Yeah,
damn,
bro,
it's true.
I be thinking about a lot, bro. A lot. Like, for instance, you showed that video on the Tower of Babel,
Yes.
and what stuck with me was when they said that the same time that God dispersed and gave everybody all different language,
Right.
that was the same time that Pentecost was happening.
Go ahead.
I don't think people caught on to that.
Go ahead.
So at the same time the Tower of Babel was being destroyed, right? Is at the same time you have Pentecost happening with the Holy Spirit descending on 120 people, but the Bible only tell you about 12. They tell you like, well, they say it was only 12 disciples who got the Spirit when Christ died.
I'm trying to find that picture,
But here it is.
but that Tower of Babel then going into Nimrod and the punishment of Prometheus. How did what did you think about that?
That whole thing is related, man. That the whole thing is related when you showed us the Dogon fish god and it's like their grandfather, great grand. The Pope is the same way he wears the fish on the hat. They all of the same thing. It's like they're father,
That
son,
fish on the hat is a
like
representation
bloodline.
of Nimrod, the first rebellious
Yeah,
one.
which is Nimrod would be like you say, the first one, and everyone after is just like his
That's
sons, his children.
being. So who would that? So what does that sound like to you?
It sounds like we still living in this
That's
in this old Nimrod.
He's the rebellious one. Remember I taught about
Yes,
the brazen serpent,
yes,
the
sir.
one that was raised on a pole, for all that and dying of sin and stuff. It's all in scripture, but our people allegorically are worshiping this in their minds. Nimrod and Prometheus, which would be
Yes, sir.
Satan in the Bible, because Nimrod did what?
He went against God.
And did he build the Tower of what?
Yes, he did.
So he was the king of Babylon.
Built the
So
tower.
okay, so he's the first rebellious one who led men in the first rebellion against God. That's why they were smashed to pieces. Now they coming back together under one rule, the church again, and trying to build the spiritual Babylon of the big FU to God. Resurrection of this. Remember Peter or Ptah or Pater crucified himself what? Upside down.
upside down in
in
the
the
church.
Catholic Church, right? Didn't he? In the catacombs.
Yeah.
All right.
Those catacombs, that goes back to when you was talking
Wait.
about
Before you
Odin. When you was talking about Odin.
remember, before you go to Odin, Jesus called Peter who? Satan.
Satan.
Go ahead. And now you can go on to Odin. Go ahead.
All right, so when you pulled up Odin and you was showing up with and his questions about who is he and what happened, like how he came about. So when I went and I looked into it, he gave up his right eye so that he could see everything going on in the world.
Right.
Like that was like a sacrifice that he did.
Bingo.
But it also said that all like the warriors that go into battle, half of their body is like their bones is kept in Valhalla, and the rest is like sent to in the fire. So that hit me. That's where you got in the catacombs. That's where you got all the bones over there, where the Pope sits.
All military personnel. The selling of a soul. Go ahead.
Yes, all that's all. That's what.
Yeah,
when
because
it
they're in
is
charge of the
arrest
trust,
that.
and
That's how
they're in
it hits.
charge of the trust, and most of the military are foreigners, so they're given access to the beneficiary package that come with the first pensions of the first black National Guardsmen and Hellfighters who fought against the Nazis and fought against all these folks. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got the floor.
Yes, sir. So that's how I saw that when it said that Odin, when all warriors that go into battle, half of them return home and the half is in hell or whatever it said. So that's how I looked at it. So they took half of the soldiers and kept the bones in the catacombs along with the names, and they held on to that. Yeah. What else, man? I don't have my notes on me. I'm just going off the top. I'm at work right now, Kev.
Go ahead, Chad.
I just wanted to call in and voice my opinion and how I feel.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for the call, champion.
You're welcome, man. I appreciate everything you're doing, Kev.
Thank you, champ. My man in the building. So a lot of people don't even know that. They worshiping who Jesus called Satan in scripture, which is Prometheus. Oh, the first rebellious one. That's important in life, period. Especially when you believing in things. You know, this is why a lot of Christian church folk have to be witches behind the scene because it correlates with Horus and the god of the dead and oh my goodness. Hit that like button. Sorry about that. Isn't Horus the god of the dead? I had a power outage or something, but I'm glad that this came back. This came back on. Isn't Horus like the god of the dead or something? Talk to me. Osiris, Horus. Y'all the people who been believing in this stuff. Isn't that like the god of the dead? Ali, where you at, champ? Where y'all at? I'm trying to keep y'all going, bro. Where y'all at? Ain't they like the God of the dead? Talk to me, Yali. Marley. DJ. Is it the God of the dead? Is Horus the God of the dead? Y'all cold. See how they leave me out there, ladies? See how they leave see how they leave me out there? Is Horus the God of the dead, fellas? Jeez Louise. What's this? That'd be great if I can get the response from the fellas. So let me see if I can, because I had a little power outage. I was trying to pass some time up as. All right. I think that's it right there. Cool. All right, I'm back. So yeah, that's what the young man was talking about. But that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Kev, what did he say? Kev, what he just made me think of that maybe the day of Pentecost was the rebirth of the Tower of Babel. Call in and explain that for me, Black and Silver. The second Adam, the second Tower of Babel. Again, a second demon, the resurrection of press one. You want to know? You want to go there, Black and Silver? Come on, let's go there. Come on. Come on. Ollie and them playing. Come on, Black and Silver. Let's go there. Let's go. We talking about Nimrod, Serapis. Come on, let's go. You right. Come on. Come on. And then you're going to realize why Satan hates God. Unbelievable. Come on, let's go. 424-209-9506. I feel good. I feel like teaching today. I feel like teaching. Let me see. Would you? I'm waiting for somebody. Hold on, Milwaukee Chris. Let me get you on the air real quick, bro. I had a power outage or something going on. I fucked up. But I'm finna get you on right now. All right, Milwaukee Chris, you on the air. What up, champ? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
What up, champ?
Shit, I got this for Horus. You said we was the God of.
Huh?
I just looked it up. For Horus, you said who is Horus the God of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It say the pharaohs of Egypt were associated with Horus, since the pharaoh was considered to be the earthly embodiment of the god. In the beginning stages of the ancient Egyptian religion, Horus was believed to be the god of war and the sky, and was married to the goddess Hathor.
So what that mean to you?
Shit, man, shit.
So if he's the God of the dead, right?
Yeah. He said, so I would think that's in association with Peter, bro.
Well, that's Ptah. in Egypt. So whether you're in the Catholic Church or in Egypt, it'll be Peter or Ptah, who Jesus called what?
Right. You said Jesus. Oh, Jesus called Satan.
Yes,
He said Satan get behind. He said Peter get behind you.
Satan. Yeah.
Right. Satan get behind you.
Yeah. So,
And he said that like I think it was like 3 or 4 times in the Bible in total.
Peter's son is the one who that's Judas. That is the Judas.
Oh, so Peter's son was Judas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why he called him Satan, the orchestrator of the whole thing. But we'll get back to that. Anything else, champion?
All right. That's it, bro. I just wanted to call that in for you, bro.
Thank you, champion. My man. That's all I be wanting. Yes, he was the son of. Oh, it's too late now, Ali. You got to call it in, sir. You got to call it in. You got to call it in. We're going to be talking about the all of this good shit. I see what I got to do. But yeah. All right, we finna watch this King George video. Y'all tell me what you think about it, because it has a lot of gems in it. This was sent by way of Max. I think it was something about King George. Something. Here it is. So, a lot of y'all be everywhere with y'all information. I do be wanting to give y'all information some clout. Press 1 because y'all come from different schools of thought. Press Kev got bars because y'all come from different schools of thought. So let me get to see. This was sent to me. I went to the young elder, right? I went here, and then
One of the things that I would like to.
I didn't mean to, but I seen student of Dr. York, Elijah Muhammad, Mother Sophia Stewart, and Tyreek Bay. Press 1. That's why I called you. That's why I called you Taj Bay. Press 1 because you got all the knowledge. Hit that like button. See? Y'all be thinking I'm just some superhero or something. But really, it just be shit that be popping up in my video the whole time. You feel me, Taj? Hit that like button and subscribe. Mr. Gillespie. Hit that like button. I'm a beast with this. I'm trying to tell you, it just happened. So, Taj, are you Dr. York and them? What you on? Press 1. You got a lot of explaining to do.
Not like this. Not like this.
Where Taj go? Oh, Taj. I'm at work right now. Funny, yeah. And guess what? It's okay. It's okay, Taj. This your master teacher right here. Hit that like button.
Forward again. And this is Majesties of America, part 8. Hey, Moors, you might want to put your feds on tight and take a seat, because we're about to take a ride. They was hoping that we never figured this out. I turn your attention to Exhibit A. This is a picture of the real King George III.
Told you. Press 1. I told you. Hit that like button and subscribe. This is a picture of the real King George III. This is the real one. Remember I put this up 2-3 years ago? So hold up. See, I told y'all we finna get on the boat. We got a lot of history to learn. You can believe Rockefeller or you can believe Kevin Gillespie. Press 1. Max. Tell her, Max. They can believe Rockefeller or they can believe Kevin Gillespie. You feel me? You can continue to believe Rockefeller if you want to, that George Washington was a white man and King George was a white man too. Press 1. I'm telling you, King George was a Victorian. President of the bank, George Washington Gillespie, delegate, untouchable. Press 1. Top G in the real world. How the whole world eat off the estate. Press 1. Hit that like button and subscribe, see? I'm not telling you why you deserve reparation. I'm trying to tell you why there is a king over this nation. Now, I ain't care a damn about no damn reparation because you didn't own nothing. Press 1. All was given by way of George Washington. Press 1. The first and the last king of America. I should be the Cuba Gooding Jr. of the movie. Press 1. See? Now, just that alone will, and you thinking and you knowing this, press 1, you would know, wait a minute, what the fuck is you talking about? This is George Washington. This is your King George. Of King John and all of these things of this nature. Y'all just tripping. Y'all not looking at the founding fathers, the real organic people. Y'all thinking y'all Indians and shit. See, if you knew this was King George, you'd be like, well, what was the fucking Indians when this nigga was walking around? You see? Squash Dane Calloway. See? So where's slavery with American Negro? What the fuck is y'all talking about? You got sovereignty. The whole estate is ran from the estate. Come on now. They told me to find myself in history because I got bored with Brother Polite, Marley. They said, Kev, solve this one, solve this one, solve this one. Fuck it. What is space aliens real, Kev? Is Brother Polite real? Is young Pharaoh really astral projected, Kev? What's all this over here? Press button. Now Kev get bored and like, fuck it, I'ma just solve the mysteries of life. Fuck it. Press one. Fuck it. That sister called in and say, Kev, how do you do this, bro? How do you fucking maintain? Where do you draw this power from? She lost. She don't know where I draw the power from. I just wake up and keep walking forward. That good work. You feel me? Somebody said y'all two look alike. You think so? Let me see it. Let me see if I look like. Hold up. Press one. See, y'all tripping. I'm going to grow my hair out like this. I bet you nobody will fuck with me. Press one. Y'all, see? Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm just trying to say, you niggas don't know shit. Either that or you been deceiving the people. I'd rather pretend like I don't know nothing. Press one. So, if this is King George III, which under my theory and thesis, that will be president in the Black Bank, in the King's Bank, and you feel me? The president, George Washington, who last names were cut off and they were placed on the Dawes rolls after the fall. So this is what Wake up, shake off them bones, press one. I love videos like this, Max. Moore's got explaining to do. I'm not the only one who feel like that. The Africans got some explaining to do. There's some nigga walking around the internet and talking about George Washington and then all this extra shit. And women agree. So shout out to y'all females and males who understand it's a higher understanding than what they even thought.
Your Majesties, King George III of Great Britain.
Great
and
Britain.
Keep in mind, Horace Greeley and his gang at a certain point in time rewrote history and they made everybody white all the way up into heaven. They made God white. They made Jesus white.
Told you.
They made Abraham white. They made Moses white. They made Cleopatra white. They made Imhotep white. They made the ancient Egyptians white. So they whitewashed us all the way up into heaven. And if you don't be careful, Martin Luther King in the
Unknown
next 10
caller.
years will be a white guy. Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad will be a white guy in the next 10 years if we don't be careful. But this is Your Majesty, King George III. Now, this changed the whole demographics of what was going on at the time. They made John Hanson, who was King George's cousin, white. They
Told
made
you.
all King George's sons white. They made Abraham Lincoln
White.
And all these brothers were Moors. And you know what happened to King George, right? The third, you know? Let me take you back. See, this goes all the way back to the Spanish Inquisition, right? In 1478.
Press one. We're not going all the way back there.
Unknown caller.
Oh, Moors. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
What's up, Professor? This Fresh West, Detroit, man.
What up, champion?
How you doing, G? Something popped in my hand. My head while you was just rapping. So basically, the fact that you pretty much getting closer and closer, walking on water, in a sense of terms of how they say it, because you gathering a different form of knowledge of believers to the word of God and understanding more so the correct pocket of our spirituality. So you more so stepping into like the Holy See and pretty much will be walking on water like they say Christ did. Because he was in control of the Holy See.
What gives you that perspective? Why? Hold up. You said because Christ had control of the Holy See. Now go ahead.
Yeah, the Holy See is like.
Talk to the people.
In my terms, you correct me if I'm wrong, G. You know what I'm saying? But from what I learned, what I've been learning from watching the show is the Holy See is almost pretty much like Israel itself. It's like, it's not a landmass, it's not a place, it's the body of people that believe in the actual word of God. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with that would be like how Nimrod and these different folks is the king of the god of dead and all these different things. So he will be the god of the Dead Sea, like Ptah and all these different people. They will be over the Dead Sea. Those are the spirits or the belief systems that the masses is running off of.
Go ahead.
So, and then I was kicking it with my mans the other day because I be trying to break this shit down on my peoples. They be messing them up because I've been in the Dead Sea myself. So you know what I'm saying? For the facts that when I come and be chopping it up with cats, I sometimes learn something myself, but I don't have nobody to kick it with. Like, I ain't even watching the show, or I ain't even on the show with you. I just kicking it with somebody. But when I was talking to him about the Dead Sea and trying to explain to him, I'm like, well, in a sense, we like 80% water.
Yes.
Our bodies made up like 80 some percent of water or something. So if you look at it, that is a body of water. So it is a sea. It's just not the sea that we're looking at. We're looking at lakes and ponds, and you know what I'm saying. We're looking at water streams, but this water stream is more of like a spiritual water stream.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So if they got that corrupted, then they control the whole sea.
There you go.
So if the whole sea is corrupted, it's dead. But if you correcting the misguidings that we've been under, then you will be more walking on. You will be over the control. You will be bringing to life the holy sea and walking over it. Because right now the Vatican and the federal government got control over what they would say the Holy See. When we looked it up, it was them over the Holy See. But that would be the mind state that we would be in.
Facts.
Because we following their guidelines, we following their rules, we signing up, we pledging this shit, we doing all the different things, and that would be blasphemy towards God. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm just breaking it down. I'm peeping it because, like I told you, I look at different things now a lot different with the metaphors that they've been using for as terminology and different things.
Yes.
So that's like the battlefield for real, is to fight for the Holy See, and nobody even knows the Holy See exists. They don't even get the concept of the Holy See.
Concept of the Holy See, the Dead Sea, the raising of the dead, the Valley of the Dry Bones, and so we have to, by people like yourself, you got to call in and give different perspective on even the simplest terms and the simplest avenues in the mind, you know? So anything else, champion?
With me, G, I've been watching for the longest. I used to call in all the time, but I guess I got overzealous with it myself, and I call in just like how, you know what I'm saying, certain people just get used to calling in and kicking it with you about the shit, but like we kind of stepping on your toes and trying to rush to the point to show you something, but really we really here to learn the shit. So that's why when I sent you a whole bunch of videos and shit, I guess I overdid it, but you blocked me.
No,
I was bugging you for a couple months. I know I ain't the only one, but I know I was overboard because I did it early and shit. I was up early.
I got you.
I didn't loaded you up. You probably like, man, who the fuck? Yeah. What the? You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. So
I'm like, you better do this shit in class.
I checked myself. Yeah, I checked myself after you did it, but I guess I had a minute to try to, you know what I'm saying, let you know that I've been blocked, but I guess we wasn't getting through with it. I ain't want to get in my feelings or nothing about it, so I just sat back and learned. So I just been learning and learning. I've been blocked damn near since you was talking about Hitler ears with Walt Disney, my guy.
Oh,
that
man.
day, because I found the video the same day you put it out. That was like the next thing I was about to see him before I found out I was blocked. I'm like, damn.
Oh, that's some good
So
information right there. That's some good shit right there, man.
Yeah.
So we gonna
was cold. That was cold. That right there. And yeah, Walt. Can I speak on Walt real quick, or you don't want to touch on that right now?
No, you can speak on Walt. Go ahead.
Okay. Walt is a critical person with this devil scenario and all the lures and things, because from what you showed me right there, that correlates with Hitler. So if you put Walt and Hitler, if you use your brain to just try to mesh their movements together, you will see that it correlates with the coup d'etat, with the takeover, with the whole play from World War, what was that, 2, when we went to war over space. Am I correct, G?
I don't know if that was the Cold War. I don't know.
I believe it was World War II, where the Cold War was World War II, wasn't it?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, it was a war. Whatever sparked the war was supposed to be over the race to the moon. It's the war I'm speaking on. But Walt Disney wrote a book that's sparking the minds of people going out of space, like
maybe
3-4 years
maybe
before.
it was that. Maybe it was at that time they were doing it. Yeah, maybe that spaceship was going.
Yeah.
On at that time. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it was like 3-4 years before the war, the race to the moon and the war jumped off. He wrote a book about humans exploring outer space and stuff like that. So this is the first sci-fi book ever written about people going out of space. And then all of a sudden, now Hitler is trying to go out of space, but we got Walt Disney and Hitler here together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
well,
then we got NASA. We got NASA as a big issue because we already speculate that they ain't really going out of space.
That's a different topic. I don't want to veer too off. Thank you for the call, Champion. Thank you for the call. Thank you, Champion. I don't want to veer too far off. I'm watching a great film, Majestics and King George of America. Get y'all minds in the class.
Catholic Church, you gotta
Y'all
go
going
back
too far off the thing.
to the Spanish Inquisition, right? In 1478.
Y'all get to rambling and talking about a bunch of things.
You
I don't
gotta
know.
go back and get that Majesties of America Part 1. So we can tie it all in. Watch all the Majesties of America.
You only got so long to.
Because
I'm gonna cut
it's
you
all
off.
gonna tie in. Keep in mind, King George III was the King of England.
So when you say more, only thing you saying is leader of the church. That's all you saying. When you saying top more and something, you talking about the Pope. You talking about your Majesty. You're talking on that level. That's the thing about it. You talking on that level. We talking about King George and stuff like that. Y'all going off into other things. Y'all see the title. We was talking about lesbians and shit like that. Y'all are far gone. Let me handle this. Press 1. Now we finna get to a point where I told you my call-ins is finna be only motherfucking Zoom, and you gonna tap in or tap the fuck out because I can do this shit. Y'all men are like, if you not distracting, then you ain't caught the fuck up in this real, whatchamacallit. Shout out to y'all in the chat room. Nelda B, you gotta call it in from now on. You getting too used to that's Nelda B 2. You getting used to just foul language, and that's not normal. So you got to take a chill pill on the internet, sit back, you're not calling in, and you're being more negative and more destructive than you are positive in the classroom. So you got to take a time out.
More.
You're just getting more nasty and more nasty and more nasty. I just see you in the chat room. You're just getting more, and you're going more harder for what? The microphone is here. The call in is here. Class is here. Press 1. You're thinking too allegorically. You're not holding judgment on anything. You're speaking as if you're God. The stuff that you're saying, as if you're not showing compassion. You're just rambling, and I can't have that in my chat room. This is more of a classroom setting. And people got to have some type of decorum about themselves. This ain't no place where we just, this ain't that. This is a place of peace. And which one, I even asked you, what song do you want me to, and you're in the wrong space. So just sit back and chill. Listen to King George and this information, and we're going to keep trying to have great dialogue. If you want to call in, rather have all these sentences, feel free to do so.
For 60 years, all the way up until his death, in 1820. So King George III, the Moor, ruled from 1760 all the way up into 1820 for 60 years. 1760 all the way up into George III, the Moor, ruled from 1760.
Not the more. You went all the way back. You went back to the Spanish Inquisition. You said the 1600. More? Now let's go back. Press 1. See, this is why Kevin is the man. He's paying attention. You said the Spanish Inquisition.
Was the king of
It's not
England.
the Spanish Inquisition.
A Moor. He ruled
And it
Great
wasn't
Britain for
a
60
more
years.
like in your sense. He wasn't. If we're talking kings and queens, then he wouldn't be a servant or indentured worker of a British colony in the sense of a Moor in what y'all talking. If he was a Moor, he wouldn't be with them as they arrange and looking off as if he not even involved in nothing when he's the king. Now make it make sense to me. The Moors are in violation of trying to steal birthright that ain't theirs. You are from North Africa. We're talking Great Britain. That's North America, Canada, and Northern Africa and Europe, because we built that as well. All of Great Britain, all of what the Queen stole, all of it, the whole Holy See, all of the territory is by way of the king. That's where y'all problem. Y'all don't understand. It's bigger than reparations. And Moors are with them trying to steal. Modern day Moors who have this concept are with them trying to steal the birthright of the king and all of it. You've been black ever since. Before you were black, you were freemen and sovereigns by way of the king, as I said. That's in the 1700s, 1800s. This is all when the banks were controlling and everybody was trying to decide what to do, how to steal this fucking large estate with all of this people's shit. We were talking about genocide. I brought up the black genocide in America. J.P. Morgan, press 1, the sinking of the ships, the royalty that was on the ships. Listen to this.
That was on that submarine. They like billionaires is on there. I'm
that's
like,
why I just don't trust it, and it's just something don't seem right. It seems like the Titanic type of situation all over again.
it does feel
And
very
you know
eerie.
that wasn't even called the Titanic, right?
Yeah, it was
It
called
was Olympic.
Olympic.
It was
Wait,
the Olympic.
the ship was called the Olympic? Wait a minute now.
So J.P. Morgan, the older white guy
Told
who
you.
owned the
Yeah.
Titanic, he had two boats.
Told
He
you.
had the Titanic and the Olympic.
Bro, I love my
They
knowledge.
lied to us.
They lied
They
to
really
us.
shan't. They really sink the Olympic, not the Titanic.
Shout out to
damn,
black women,
conspiracy.
bro. You know, while y'all thinking we just animals and shit on drugs and shit and hoes and pimps, nigga. We are some bright. We ain't even supposed to know this type of shit. We ain't even supposed to be thinking about this. It's good for me to see a sister with purple eyelids and purple lips and a wig or whatever that is, showing intelligence, bro. So all that shit, Miss Pearly things about black women and all that shit they was arguing about, no man won't no female with purple eyelids. Shit, I would if they got intelligence. And then they murdered our people, our royals, our elected officials, J.P. Morgan, and then they stole all of our golds and bullion, and then sent our men off to left our men off into different territories and stole their pensions. Like, it's bigger than 1.3 million per person in reparations or some Tariq Nasheed pep rally. You understand what I'm saying? This goes back to real names, real people, real dignitaries, real kings, real queens. You talk Queen Charlotte. You're talking North Carolina. You're talking alternate history, guys.
And
If she's not afraid to learn, press 1. If she's not afraid, fellas, to say and speak and wow, what's wrong with the fellas? Why are we not studying? Boom, 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 boom. Say it told y'all. Thomas Jefferson Gillespie. Thomas Jefferson was looking for his other brother, Thomas Jefferson Gillespie, who left off on a ship. They never returned. This is going back to the king.
All the way up until his death in 1820.
Now,
So
if you
King
look on this
George-
map, what's in North America? All right, you see all this. All of this is territory, but now look. When you look on the West Coast, press 1. When you look on the West Coast, didn't I tell y'all George Washington, King George founded Washington State in Oregon? Didn't I tell y'all that? See, this is what old boy was just saying. Fresh or not? I think it was Fresh West or the listen, guys. I think was that Fresh West. Listen. Once you find out who's founding these original territories, I told you Washington was on the East Coast, on the West. So who founded that territory? George Washington Gillespie. I keep telling y'all, it's this, you keep running into George, not Francois.
That's the third, the Moore rule from 17.
Let's just take Moore and American out the thing. Let's just go birthright in general, because people's conception of a Moor is deceptive in itself. A lot of people are just servants and of the king, workers.
60 all the way up into 1820 for 60 years. And we're about to make it all this clear of what went down and how the Moors got robbed. Because keep in mind, Great Britain was over the United States before they filed for Independence Day, July 4th, 1776.
Boom. Told you. Boom. Y'all, what's today? 7/7/2023. 777. Jackpot.
Not like this.
I'm getting
It's
that
the
shit.
you.
I'm getting them numbers. I'll get that shit right.
Kev Gills, I got you on
Take
me.
me a while to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the U, have a seat. The only professor applying pressure when he teach. Big cloud in these YouTube streets. I cheat like Wiz Khalif. Call it in if you gon' speak. Press 1 when you're checking in. I got the merch, cop a coffee, a cush shirt. Support the brand if you support the man. With the spirit of Steve Coakley, they can't hold me. Back them down and fade away on them like I'm Kobe. Only straight shooter on this computer. Who else you know gon' bring it to your real truther? Hallelujah. More haters, more moderators. Get yourself timed out for making outlandish statements. Yeah, ain't no playing. Bungalow 54 is where you go with the herd. I got no patience. Either for God or you love Satan. It's reclassification over entertainment. It's the you. Everybody wanna have a school, but it's for you. Care less what a hater say you do. It's for you. Press 1 if you support, if you don't press 2. It's for you. Teach nothing over here but the living true. It's for you. Press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1.
That's me on the track.
Press 1.
Press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1.
Press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1.
So I never.
Everybody wanna have a school, it's for you. Care less what a hater say you do, it's for you. Press 1 if you support, if you don't press 2, it's for you. Teach nothing over here but the living true, it's for you.
Press 1, press 1.
Press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1.
That shit be shady knocking, huh? That's that shit you be listening to in traffic. Press 1, press 1. Fuck, why am I thinking about Kev Gills and this goddamn one button? Remember, Francois used to be like, why you got everybody pressing 1? This is dumb. Anthony's mad. Who cares, Anthony? Anthony's upset. Look at him. Ha ha. Look, they used to be Francois. Remember this? Look at him, mad. Anthony's pissed. Anthony's upset. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't worry about it, champ. I'm just having a blast. I ain't talking no shit against you. But I want people to know this is just a few grandmas ago. Remember what I told you. Just a few. You all right, Anthony. I'm just teasing, bro. I'm not that type, bro. I know people fuck up. I use people as entertainment for my audience at work to unleash my childlike joking ability. Press 1. I just use our people to let it out. So, what we coming to find out is before America Corporation stole the estate, there was George Washington, or King George. Okay, let's continue on.
And Great Britain controlled parts of South Africa, Australia, and South America.
Look.
We're about to tie all this in together for you. Because during this time, right, it goes back to the Rothschilds, who are Knights of Templar, right? And keep in
Come on,
mind,
see how they keep the Moors love to go back and forth in between, who are the Knights of Templars, and they keep playing real people in mythology and going back in time and shifting back. That's why you got to watch the Moors, because they go into comic books and shit fast. So you got to watch them. Stay on the timeline. Don't let people pull your mind, per se. It's your space and time into time immemorial. Stay here. You understand what I'm saying? So when we out KevRow at night and we having these discussions, stay on the ship. Don't let your mind. We're gonna have to tie you up, and we're gonna have to send one of the Matrix people to plug your ass or something. Like Neo was freaking out. Just chill out. Don't let these pictures of knights and all of these things. This is not when America happened. First, don't let them play with your brain. When they had swords, this is not when they took over the king's beneficiary package and the freedom. This was not King George. They had ships, steamboat ships. And with that type of technology, these knights would have been smashed to smithereens. I know this because I have a war simulator on my PC, and I made 1 million motherfucking knights with swords, charge a bunch of motherfuckers with cannons and motherfucking rifles. And there ain't no motherfucking way. You know, so let's get back to they beat you by way of the banking institution. After the king passed and was considered mad. You know, compos mentis or non-compos mentis or civiliter mortis. Let's talk to it.
the Knights of Templar are alchemical assassins. They are witches and warlocks and wizards. And we'll break that down on another tape because we got a tape coming out called We Are Alchemists, and we'll break down how the Knights of Templar...
So y'all alchemists. So y'all alchemists against your own people. Press 1. See? Hit that like button and subscribe. Y'all ain't nothing but a little Harry Potters floating around. That's all y'all is. Jump in the broom. I told you. Papa's coming home. Us toys, we see everything. And I'm finna tell God as soon as I get off the internet and say, God, look what else they got. Time to give it all up, fellas. Brothers and sisters, we see y'all. Press 1. I was right. Yashir, I was right though. Your star, I was right the whole time, bro. We got to get our families out of this. I told y'all. Family, it's time to come on home. Big Kev got y'all. Don't worry about it.
And we'll break that down on another tape because we got a tape coming out called...
Y'all little pretty little alchemists out there, guess what? Come on home. It's all right. I gotta, the Kev would be pissed the fuck off. But listen, to the little pretty little alchemist out there in the world, Kev understands. Jeez.
We are alchemists, and we'll break down how the Knights of Templar tie into the witchcraft and magic, or
Told you.
sorcery, miracles, whatever floats your boat. But
Told
it
you.
goes back to a being by the name of Meyer Rothschild.
Who?
And if you notice, he's got the Knights of Templar boat. But it goes back to a being by the name of Meyer Rothschild.
Oh my
And
goodness.
if you notice, he's got the Knights of Templar necklace around his neck. Meyer Rothschild is a descendant of the hybrid reptilian elder barons.
Oh
right,
my
who
goodness.
are-
Oh my fuck. Oh my goodness. Motherfucker. Oh my, they shape shift into reptiles and snakes. Oh my goodness.
put in charge as overlords for their Dragonian reptilian overlords. Amschel Meyer Rothschild had 5 sons. The first son name was Amschel Mayer Jr., who stayed in Frankfurt
Sir.
and successed his father over the bank in Frankfurt. He had another son named Simon Mayer Rothschild, who went to the Vietnamese, who he set out to take control of another bank.
Hold up, bro.
He also had another brother named Carl and James, who they sent out to take over the banks in Italy and Paris.
Sounds like they just whitewashed the bankers, bro. They don't look like they set out to do nothing.
Right? And they had another
This couldn't
brother
possibly be going on in the Spanish Inquisition when they dress like this and people dressed as knights. Nigga.
named
Come on,
Nathan
y'all.
Rothschild, who was the most crafty of them all and the most smartest. They sent him to the Bank of England. Why? Because the Bank of England was the Moors' main bank, the central bank.
The Moors' main bank. Which Moors mean what? What is a Moor? What is the names on those rosters, Moor? Okay? A Moor only means a Zafaric person. It's not a fucking nationality, only by way of the acceptance of the fake or the incorporated American government by way of peace treaty. That's the only way they exist. And the only way you guys exist as a nation, which is not a nation. You guys are a collective of roaming nations that tried to nationalize themselves in a lot of different places. But that wasn't yours. You didn't. You guys don't even know the Bible. You look on top of this palace here. There's a cross right there. You see that right there? This is a huge estate here. This isn't yours. Okay? Anytime the Moor is seen in the past, is really seen. Yeah, they're more like pirates. They're trying to claim something that's not theirs, like the caller said earlier, like Janice. Like Janice. Just up to no good.
Of the Moorish Empire, right? And it was controlled.
The Moorish Empire. And we know how is there a Moorish Empire and they became friends with Serapis? You screaming don't make it right. The only way you even exist is by the American government. So, y'all stories help me help you.
Central bank of the Moorish Empire, right? And it was controlled by none other than Your Majesty's King George III, right? The Moor.
Do he look like a Moor or do he look like a freeman? Do he look like you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's not an African. You're trying to make him a Moor. You're trying to, this is Your Majesty, champion. He's the big dog. That's what's insane about the knowledge in this community. Shout out to Fresh West. I didn't mean to hang up on Fresh West, but Fresh West, I began to dream and shit, and I can't do that. Let me get back to my show. But this is insane.
That we never figured this part out, man. They put Nathan on King George, and they were trying to get control of England's banking system. Nathan Rothschild said, "I care not what puppet is placed upon the throne of England to rule the empire."
That's funny. That's interesting because J.P. Morgan Jr. Is in America.
Which the sun never sets. The man who controlled Britain's money supplies controlled Britain's empire, and I control the British money supplies. So the Rothschilds, by way of Nathan, whose father's name was Mayor Amshar Rothschild, set out to take over. And this is how the Rothschilds began to start becoming the richest family in the world. They took over when they took over the Bank of England, which was the Moorish main bank. This is how they started to try to take control of the Moorish Empire. And keep in mind,
Why do the Moors say the Moors? It's the British Empire. It's the British Empire, the King of England. What are you talking about? See what I'm saying? Because this is going down in America. See, that's the difference between us and the Moors. They're placing themselves as sovereign Americans, our freemen. Remember, they were helping Christopher Columbus. They're always helping the invaders invade the king. Pirates, always up to no good, stealing. Know all these astrological Serapis Bay. That's why they call themselves the Bays. Who's the big Bay? Serapis Bay. Who is that? The god of the dead. Back another Greek form of Osiris.
Like this. Not like this.
So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to come to the table and address these before y'all start assuming people positions, because y'all don't look like us. Y'all are overthrowers with the Italy, the Nazi regime. You guys are part of the same regime, just fragments of what was left trying to come together. That's it.
British were the Moors, because Britain is just short for Berith, which means the covenant or contract. So Great Britain really means
But as I said, I love my Moors. Why? Because they are the gatekeepers. Somebody has to fight the gatekeepers. Somebody has to stand up and get the keys from the gatekeeper. Press one. So that's the good thing, is we get to listen in about their contract. Nothing in they shit contract my ass. Where's my scripture? The contract. Remember the covenant. They don't believe in the Bible. This ain't for them. They believe in their African spirituality and the cosmos. They go right back into space and time. They don't serve a living God. They don't serve. They serve Osiris and Serapis. Press one. Where the fellas go in the chat room? Where my former Serapis service members? Press one. Somebody just hit me up and said the Moors pirates stole from the central bank on a ship called the SS Central America. Oh my goodness. Where's me gold, mate? Remember the covenant, thieves. Press one. How you gonna breathe underwater? I'm gonna give you a breath. You're gonna tell me how you gonna breathe underwater. Breathe again. Breathe again. No, no, no. That I should never breathe again. And I can't stop thinking about the way you life with me. And I can't stop doing without about the choice that you made to me. That ain't even the words. And I can't get you out of my mind. Lord knows I talk to and Marley. And let you walk. I'll be playing Matt like why out my life. And so me again. If I ever see your pretty things again. No, no, no. Karaoke night. If I ever see your tender kiss again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you knew what I was looking at. If I ever say I love you now and then, now and then. Press 1. Will I ever make love? Press 1. Ever make love? Please understand. Press is man. And I promise you that I will make you bereave again. No. Press 1. So, anyway, class. U.S. Central. Woo, sorry, LGBTQ. Y'all know I had to throw something at y'all crazy asses over there. Woo! That was stupid. I didn't mean to do that. But so anyway, U.S. Central America. SS Central America. I told y'all was owned by the ship. Better known as the Ship of Gold, was 280 feet long. Side wheel steamer that operated between Central America and East Coast of the United States during the 1850s. Check this out. She was originally named the SS George's Law.
Not like this.
Oh my goodness. After
Not like
George's
this.
Law, New York, the ship sank in a hurricane in September 1857. Among with 425 of her 578 passengers and crew and 300,000 pounds of good old gold, contributing to the panic of 1850 motherfucking 7. Could you say reparation? Jeez. You see? Hit that like button and subscribe.
Are contracts. So Great Britain really means the Great Contract, the Great Covenant. King George would turn over his bank to the Rothschilds. This made him an enemy with the Rothschilds. Plus, they didn't like King George because of the color of his skin, and they hated Indians, which is what they call King George. Go back and watch the movie Patriots now, and you'll get a different idea on what was going down.
I told you I'm no real patriot. I keep telling you. I told y'all that. You ever see Mel Gibson? Why they got Mel Gibson playing the Patriot? They got him playing all these different movies of the real. That's what that group over there are afraid of. The Patriot. The real patriarch. The kingdom. That's all. This is all this shit is about. My man is correct in a lot of ways. Listen to him.
King George was a Moor, and they were shouting in the beginning of the movie, "Death to King George! Death to King George!" while they're hanging dark-skinned dolls with red coats on. We're about to break all this down for you, man. So King George wouldn't budge to the Rothschilds. So they became more craftier and used scams and schemes and tricks to maneuver King George out of the Bank of England. The Bank of England was established on July 27, 1694 by the Royal Chapel, which were Moors. The Bank of England held most of the wealth of Europe, and the Rothschilds needed control of that, man. So what did they do? They hired a pawn, because keep in mind, we told you, go get a book called Pawns in the Game, because this game is chess, not checkers. So Nathan Rothschild, he went to France and found a being by the name of Napoleon, who was born August 15, 1769 in France. A short little joker, right? Almost a midget. But the Rothschilds needed a pawn in the game. So they approached Napoleon, right? And keep in mind, notice he's got his hand hidden inside of his coat, letting you know he's connected with the masonry and the Knights of Templar, because this is the hidden hand.
Hurry
I
up.
already pointed that out for you, right? When the dude was doing it when he was choking out George Floyd. They went to Napoleon and told him they'll offer him large sums of money, and they'll pay speakers and print newspapers to lift his name up to make him the greatest and richest guy in France. And he became the de facto leader of the French Republic. and they paid him large sums of money to build up his army so they could get him to attack King George III the Moor. And keep in mind, the Rothschilds didn't like King George III. Why? Because he was a Moor. King George was born 2 months premature on June 4th, 1738. His full name was King George William Frederick Bay III. Like I say, he ruled Great Britain for 60 years until he was poisoned with arsenics by an assassin from the Knights of Templar. Keep in mind, all the kings and queens of Europe were Moors all the way up until 1837. And there still were Moors in a couple areas after that, right? So when they sacked Granada, Spain, in 1492, Britain was still being ruled by Moors all the way up until 1837.
Calm down, bro. Shh. And then the Moors, and then we was always, and then the Moors, no God in these motherfuckers. It's just Moors. Calm down.
We're gonna break down what happened in 1837.
Ain't nothing George Washington or King George or none of these people even discussing y'all, because y'all are not a factor in a sovereign land. So it doesn't even matter anymore. Y'all just full of shit. But continue on.
King George Bay III was the king of Great Britain and Ireland from October 25th to 17th.
Come on, bro. That's not even an Irish name. Todd, what's Irish? Gillespie? Hold up. Excuse me. Kevin B. Gillespie? Or Bay. What the fuck is Irish? What the What the fuck is Irish, bro? Stop, champion. Whoo, they so mythological and love to go back and forth in history and time.
60 until the union of the two kingdoms on January the 1st, 1801, after which he was king of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland until his death in 1820. And keep in mind, they had this picture hid down up in the Library of Congress in the book. So they got the true history hidden up in there, right? It's hidden in the library. That's where the truth is buried. Because they know Negroes, beings who still need to grow, would never read. And we're not
That nigga
Negroes.
said it's called the library. It's called the library, nigga. Hurry up.
King George's dad name was Frederick, Prince of Wales. Keep in mind, the Wales are the Williams. So all you Williams over here are Moors, connected all the way back to a place called Wales, and the Wales are the Williams, because keep in mind, King George's name was George Frederick William Bay. And if you trace the Wales back, it goes back to the Palestinians, and the Palestinians are direct descendants of the ancient Egyptians of Mizraim, which is a biblical term.
No, you can be a servant and a king at the same time. I didn't say you can't be a king and a servant at the same time. I didn't say that. For a king is a servant of the people by right of God. So I don't know where you got that from, that a king cannot and a servant can't be a king and a servant. Why? What makes you say that, woman? Press 1. Let's see where her mind is. What make a woman say, I agree with you, Kevin. You can't be a servant and a king at the same time. That's not what I said. What will make a woman, press 1, what will make a woman just accuse me and lie on me? That's not what I said. For a true king is a servant of the people. Once again, what is the president? The servant of the people. You're lost. I don't know what you're talking about.
The afar, right? And like we say, that word Egyptian can be used loosely, kind of like the term American, where there are several different races, because there were about 4 different races in ancient Egypt at the time.
Bro, this is not us, bro. That's not George. That's not us, bro. George has a name. This isn't us, bro. Stop trying to make us Egyptians, bro. more. Stop trying to make us attached to that. We're not. We're free people of this land here. Not way it started here. This is where the building and the fall take. This is what they take over and destroy. This is the heart. This is everything. This is the land of milk and honey that the Bible speak of. We are not them. Stop trying to make us Indians and Africans and everything we are not. We are a product of the king. What are you talking about? Where do y'all get the these look like Africans are Hindus and African Hindus and Sahara people. This isn't us. Y'all using modern pictures to go back in time and say this was the only Egyptian wall. That ain't us, bro. That's y'all.
But this goes back all the way to the Afar, right? The Williams are ancient Egyptians, right? We put
That's all they do, bro. Ancient Egyptians now.
break all this down for you. And this is the Williams.
And these people be Jamaicans and Islanders and people from different nations, all trying to claim that they are the people. These people were put on a dog's roll. These people, whole heritage was taken from them, right here in the kingdom. Not way across the land. Y'all are French. Y'all speak French. Y'all French. Y'all part of the Spaniard Inquisition that helped slaughter us. Get out of town. Y'all part of the Nazi regime. Get out of town.
The Wales coat of arms. So all
You can't be a sovereign citizen. That's not even possible. Those are two federal.
I'm a Williams, right? My grandma is a Williams. And keep in mind,
A sovereign citizen is a sovereign citizen. If you're a citizen, you gave up your sovereignty. And being allowed to drive the car is not sovereignty, bro.
George's father white. And there's no way King George's father could be white when he got nappy 90 hair like this. And matter of fact, if you take that Terry Bush and robe off of Abu Bakr and put it on King George, you're looking at a Malati Moore, right?
No. If you put a baseball cap on that nigga, press one. You put a baseball cap on that nigga, you looking at a nigga. Press one. You ain't put no hair wrap. You ain't got one picture with no damn head wrap. If you put a baseball cap on him, that's what he'll look like today. Press one. They tripping. You see these lips? They tripping. They all trying to steal heritage. Look. Let's put the picture
man,
up.
We rule the whole planet, okay?
Let's put the
Looking at
picture up.
Mandinga.
Look at the
King
lips.
George's mother
This
was
is the
from
Maury.
Saxe
This is the
of
Maury
Gotham,
Povich show.
which is
Press one.
Germany,
Ain't
right?
not one
And
more
keep
look
in
like this.
mind, King George's
There's only
mother
one person
was
look
from
like this
Saxe
nigga.
of Gotham,
Press one.
which
That's
is-
Kev Gill.
And put it
Press-
on King George, you're looking at a Melania
But that nigga do not look like no damn Spanish Moor. Press one. He look like a damn Gillespie. That's what the fuck he look like. He look like an Afro-American. You put glasses on him, he'll look like Malcolm X. Press one. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying. Stop it, fellas. And I'm talking about the Denzel Washington Malcolm X. That's what one I'm talking about.
right? Overstand the connection, man. We rule the whole planet, okay? Looking at a Mandinga. King George's mother was from Saxe of Gotham, which is Germany, right? And keep in mind, the Hutu people was in Germany already.
Oh my goodness. This nigga found the mother way back on the wall. See why I can't listen to him for too long? Because I've been on flip they whole race and religion. It's almost unbelievable, bro. It's almost unbelievable how many groups is out here. There's so many groups, so many out here trying to claim a heritage that's not theirs. hit that like button and subscribe. Everybody want to be now. Now, everybody want to be something that they're not. G, that's the cold thing about it. And the Moors is nothing more than the Pope's Black Army, the true Black Nazi group. Press 1. The Moors are just like the Red Caps of Liberty and the Red Coats of the Confederacy. Press 1. They are a part of this Inquisition period and time shift. They are the gatekeepers of those times and doors that lead back into the doors on the matrix that lead back into other doors. That's what the Moors be doing. They're like little bitty wannabe Merovingians. Press 1. You can't say that y'all was kings too, and y'all right here dressed in these hats. Kev got pictures of the Black Moors. Press 1. And when they became French Legion and shit. And y'all think we don't know our history. You gotta understand. Y'all are just operatives. And see, American people ain't ready. Like, what's the name said? Kev is like walking on water. And like I said, I apologize to my man. But look, check this out, Fresh West. Check this out. Look at all these hats. Who this look like? Don't this look like the FOI? Don't this look like the French Foreign Army? Look, the French Foreign Legion. And the scripture, what did it say? Come on, somebody help me. Tell me where to go from here. Because even thugs cry, but do the Lord care? Press 1. See? Where my team at? Where y'all at, champion? Y'all not fucking with me today? Press 1. The French Foreign Legion in Asia. The French Foreign Legionnaire. Look. It's 777. Press 1. No, that's a lucky day. Look. So y'all got these same hats, bro. A lot of y'all look. French Legion. That's y'all. A lot of people are not African American, bro. Y'all just be trying to look like African American. Y'all be trying to play the role as African American. But a lot of y'all not African American. Well, y'all are African Americans. I'm sorry. You guys are the original African American. Y'all came over here. Y'all are French. I even did a show called Black Nazis. Press 1. I even did a show called Black Nazis. You know, a lot of y'all worship Black Nazis, bro. Look at this. Jesse Owens, he was a black German. Y'all thought he was an American. No, he's German. Jesse Owens, German. A lot of people y'all think are black are just the black side of, what's the name? Being black in Nazi Germany. Don't that look like Noble Jew Ali and them people up there? The people they be saying the Seminole Indians. I thought that was black in Germany, Nazi Germany. I told you they was putting on the wrong clothes. I told you there's nothing but costume. Look, once you ride on a ship with Kev Gills, all your paradigms is going to, what the fuck? Look, Taryn Miller, look. They be trying to say that black person being Nazi, and they say that's whatchamacallit. Bro, when African Americans wake up, the people of the king, and realize what they've done, the Queen of England, who just died, she was a Nazi. Look, they got her family there throwing up Nazi salute right there on the screen. Y'all just been in white supremacy the whole time. Look, horrible Nazi torture and killing of black people. Look, black hellfighters on the screen. Look. The whole Nazi regime is 50 nations against you. Destroying the covenant, trying to eradicate all existence of the king's people. Displacement, make them black in law, dead in law, civil liter mortis. We have to be able to break that down, how we were placed in a coma state of mind and how we came out of that ourselves. Harlem Hellfighters, yeah. Y'all be thinking these people are you, and they're not. Your heroes are them. It was to give you the alternate state of history, to place you in a Harry S. Truman style program, the Truman Show, to make you think you was free when they was just destroying the trust. Again, 13th and the 14th Amendments destroyed the freemen and the sovereigns and stole the accounts and banks of all the people. And then they got loaded up on trains, never to be seen again. Press 1. And I'm really the only person to tell y'all about the Black Holocaust. People just sitting around. That's what's up. But yeah, when that little girl asked what happened to all those black people in that Holocaust, and they told the truth and said, man, them black people were murdered. We got rid of them. We put them on trains and gassed them and loaded their bodies up. I'm going to show you a small clip right here. That's what I was looking for. So I can show the audience exactly what we're talking about. Because on the Man in the High Castle, she's looking for those documents. I believe this is it, where she finds those documents of what her daughter was talking about. And her daughter is the one that brought it up because their daughter liked soul music and shit. She's like, these people ain't as bad as you thought. You realize, damn, they had a whole war against black people. Yep. Helen finds out John Smith's concentration camp plans. This is for black people. Look, official racial purity. Look, anti this one, AMT reassessment. Look, Office of Racial Purity. This is it right here. She found it. Genocide. This is the same guy who wrote Minority Report about the 94 crime bill and shit in the future. But we'll continue on. Look, phase 5. Of non-Aryans, look. Undesirables. So you know, look, Western states, so you know, look, Jews, 2.3. Negroes, 6.2. Now look, who got the highest in the Holocaust? Look, American Indian, 333. Mixed, 2 million. If they gonna put the highest rate 3 and 4 times higher than who you calling a Jew on the planet, then you know the travesty and the hate towards them was 1, 2, 3 times the hate and 4 times than anybody else on the planet. That's what that statement in itself is saying. Estimated number of non-Aryan, even though let's just pay attention to the numbers that's put on the screen. 3 times the highest people y'all give the glory for the Holocaust. And that's low. That's real low. But let's look. Somebody said look like the census report. We'll keep going. Spokane County. Look, all Oregon. Look. Look. British Columbia. This is all the West Coast, though. Oregon. Look at that. British Columbia. Look at this. All Nazi targets. Concentration camps. Remember we found those German concentration camps in America on our show? Remember we said we found all them German Nazi war concentration camps? For the people who's in my class. Here it is in the film. We found them in real life. Here it is in the film. What the fuck? This is right. This can't get no righter. What Chris Tucker say, and Money Talk, nigga, nigga, this is right. Oh, this is wrong, Kev. No, this is right. This is real right. It don't get no righter than this. Concentration camps. Look, go ahead. They was all over this place. Look, these are train cars. Look, transportation. Look, stacking them up. 100 per car. With the American-German bond. There you go. With the American-German bond. They was doing this right here. Look. The incinerator room. Women showers, men showers. Like jail when you go take showers and shit like that. The incinerator room. Now look. Y'all looking for a ship. What? I will give you every ship you looking for. Press 1. I'm going to give you every ship with slaves on it that you looking for. Look at her face. Look at her face. What I tell you, they was putting them in what? Going to those world fairs and camps, Carnegie, and all that shit. Never to return. Never to return. This is about how the Japanese and Asians and Germans took over the Americas, over the king's stuff. Everybody's whole existence here is by way of the overthrow of who you calling African Americans here in the Americas. And that's something to stand up and speak about. The Olympic and all of these ships by way of J.P. Morgan and all of the people in this perilous state that Taj is looking for is right here in history. The perilous state is just the sinking and getting rid of and eradicating the king with that and all of the king's men. I showed y'all that J.P. Morgan is also other world leaders at that given time. I'm breaking all that down in class. That's the banker who owned the ships they said niggas was on during slavery. Grover Cleveland gives the gold from the SS George Law. Press 1. See how easy this is? When you stay with Kev, stay current. So George's Law, do your research on George's Law. This is where all of the gold was so-called lost and switched and stolen. We've been proving that. Kev, there's no reason to even go all over the place or nothing like that. It's right here. So this year is going to be a little different. Your conversations are going to be, you're either going to teach the people and have a great conversation and come on the show during class hours, or, ain't no love lost or gain or nothing. It just, Kev got to focus on what Kev is focused on, which is, gold. George's gold. You hear me? See, the Moors can't do this. So I'm gonna get back to my studies. George's Law. Anybody want to call in and talk about this? I'll wait. Somebody should have been typed in George's Law and said, whoa, this is the ship. I'm waiting for the audience. This is the Titanic.
Unknown caller.
There we go. There we go. There's got to be something on somebody's mind out there.
Rita.
Young lady, what's your name and where you calling from?
This is Rita. I'm calling from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you for being brave and extend the show. You got the floor. Go ahead.
Okay, because this is my first time actually hearing about the ship. So I was stunned, but I'm just going to read what I found just now.
Okay.
The SS Central America, known as the Ship of Gold, was a 280-foot sidewheel steamer that operated between Central America and the east coast of the United States during the 1850s. She was originally named the SS George Law, after George Law of New York. The ship sank in a hurricane in September 1857, along with 425 of her 578 passengers and crew, and 30,000 pounds of gold contributing to the panic of 1857. And then it goes to George Law. And it says, and what it had was an American financier from New York. But I don't know about that. So hold on. Let me see. But the whole thing is like, where I'm stunned, and I'm glad that I had to stress it, is because right now, I mean, you talk about all this stuff, and I already know, all this stuff. Not like, well, you doing your class and feeding it to us the way that we are interacting and based on a lot of stuff. At least that's my perception.
Right.
But, okay. So because I know, like, we've been going through all kind of things and stuff, and it's just so much to consume and to wrap your mind around it. But I see through so many other lives, I hear this steamship. This is my first time here. I mean, you probably mentioned it before,
I've
but this is my first time.
I've never
Okay. You haven't
heard of
this
it,
is crazy.
but I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever this person on the screen said, somebody Googled something real fast and found everything I was looking for. Go ahead.
Exactly. I mean, it's like what you just said, because the time frame. Let me get you off a speaker.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry about that. I just had to read, and I'm using my phone. And okay, so what did he say? Because I was writing down what the guy previously, and I'm like, all this is lining up. King George III was the president of the bank. They overthrew the bank, or not just the bank, but the kingdom, God's kingdom, in order which was ordained from the Father through the actual bloodline.
Yes.
And I can't even believe that I'm blessed to even wrap my mind around it somewhat. And then the fact that video that you said about, I'm trying not to jump around and stay.
You can jump around.
It's a lot.
Just take your time when you do. You can jump around. That's fine. I mean, I'm with you.
Okay, I know you try to keep it clear, and so we won't get everybody confused.
All right. They just want they ain't calling in, so I can jump around with you and just take your time.
Okay.
When you do jump, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so now that, because I've been reading up that all wars are banking wars.
Yes.
It's hard to get my mind out of the allegorical storylines and the mythological stuff to stay solid. And that sometimes is a challenge. That's why I do want the men to come forward, because a lot of times when the men come forward, for some reason, I don't know what lady was, or girl boy that was just talking about the logic that you guys have, because you're the closest next thing to God makes it run true, and y'all good with displaying the law. But as far as J.P. Morgan and the Titanic, the Olympia, so the names that are listed in the Olympia are going to be the dignitaries and the families of the kingship and the royals.
Got you.
That they intentionally put on that ship to just take over the bank, to say that King George was some type of tyrant, went insane, and then whitewashed it and gave us the Rockefeller story of everything. That it's just so hard that he was of understanding, and it's so beautiful to be coming out of it. And I'm trying to, I couldn't let you just leave, because I'm like, no, for something, and this usually I'm about where I have my own reasons why, like it'd be too not loud where I'm at, where I can't call. But today I'm here, and I'm trying to stay focused. But this just me, it's like God is real and good, and I don't want to get all emotional. So let me stay. And it's how they treat with the more. The one thing, like you said, you can get the keys from them, and now when I listen to them, I can hear like the truth. And then when, like how you stopped us when he started talking about the Knights of Templar and all these allegorical things, because that's what has to, like, you have to loosen off those thoughts, because those are ideas that been drilled in us and subverted in us, which hence the ideological subversion that most of us been through and still trying to come up out of it. And to have you be able to explain it, and I don't, and down the earth way, even though maybe I'm not explaining it as well as I'm trying to say that I just want to stay away, from the alchemist part of it. And even in my own life, I have better eyes of discernment and judgment by knowing this knowledge. I've been looking into, like, another thing that I was studying was everything around that time frame, like you said, the late 1800s and 1900s. I think this is where the Social Security Department, all these agriculture departments, everything. And then they went to these, one of the places they started was in Alaska, and they get the groups of people to join, and which is like an allegiance, have them work, and they're over the people that's naturally already in these areas.
Right.
Like when Moses Cleveland went to survey the land. Like, I'm from Cleveland, that's why I'm bringing this up. And I'm like, they're really taking ideas from the Bible and acting them out. And I guess it would be real time as far as him surveying the land, taking the census. That's how they get an account. And it's like, to me, it's just like war documents to them. Okay, it's not like when you read it, it's on that movie, how it was 6 or 3 million Negroes. Like, that's their account. So when they bring in their troops, or when they bring in whatever deal they're going to bring to take over, they already have an account of us. And we a lot of times are walking our way right in it, unbeknownst to us. But like how you were talking about, I personally, but I'm not knocking anybody who joined a sorority or fraternity or stuff like that. It's like we keep getting allegiance that we'll get into oaths, which in the Bible it says we're not supposed to be taking these oaths, but because of traditions or ways of life, and because whoever just said it, like because their fathers were out of the household, and the women, and I can think in my own life, my great grandmother used to go to church to here in Cleveland, and I remember my grandfather would stay home. And we would say, Papa, why you don't ever go to church? And he would just say, I don't want to hear the Negroes hollering, hooping and hollering. But it just made me think to your thing, not to knock my grandmother, but it's like
from a person who know, that's hard to listen to. A bunch of fucking, that look crazy to a regular person who just like, y'all don't gave up the law. But y'all can get dressed and do this. I got you. I'm not coming back here, man. I'm not doing this.
Right. So I can, So I could see that in my own life. And then I said, that even on Saturdays, and that's the day that we was with Papa, and you made us come over, and we didn't go out with our couple. We have a small family. We didn't go over here and there. We stayed with him on the Saturdays, and then Granny went to church on Sundays. But it's still about a spirituality, so I'm not knocking that. But when you said that the women, that's because that's why I want the man to lead, because it's easy for us to get wrapped up in our emotions and stuff like that. And I think I'm kind of more of a logical type person and looked at both sides of the fence on a lot of stuff. But that's why I kind of know when you said Prager, this is really going off, but one time when you was listening, I'm talking about one of the Prager University or whatever. I had already known about him because I was always brought up as a Democrat, but I always wanted to go on the other side and say, well, if these people are Republican, what kind of ideas and I try to figure it out, but I used to listen to Dennis Prager all the time and say, wait a minute, how is he Republican and Jewish? Like I still couldn't. I just knew it was some kind of.
You know history and know that they stole the Republican Party from niggas, or excuse me, black people, our people, and by way of the Fusion Party and pretending and subverting, they were all Democrats. The whole union is Democratic. That's why even as Republicans, they say this land is in a democracy. We don't live in a democracy. George Washington will go to war with this whole union, this whole establishment, because we have a republic. We are sovereigns. We are free. And we have a Magna Carta. We have a Constitution. We have a Bill of Rights. We got all that to deal with the laws of how to deal with corporations and international corporations and bankers and what they can own and what they can do. Not the other way around. But go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's what makes everything inverted, because the true people, the people of God, and who want to see that the kingdom come, are not in charge and we don't even know what we're supposed to be doing, because we're so
that's because,
out of the way. But
that's because, now listen, you know, the lawgivers is of Judah.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Judah at?
Yes.
Huh? Where they at? They're in the chat room right now.
Waiting. That's what I'm saying. We waiting on Judah. God, please bring Judah up. Bring them up, Lord. Give them the strength and the courage that they need, Lord. Give it to them. Please.
That was a good one.
Because we ready to follow. You know, we don't mind to follow somebody that is that's natural to me, and I don't have no problem with saying it. I do not have a problem with saying it. I can get an order when order is there. And I'm older. I'm an older woman. I still believe that. And that's why I got nieces and nephews, and they young coming up, and I'm trying to be able. I do not want to leave this earth without being able to give them and feed them the knowledge that I can, so that they can know and not walk in the same walk that I had to walk in. And that's the whole purpose, that we go through it so we can see it and be able to feel it, show it, not just offhand. And that's the difference between the real people and the ones who just want to imitate. Not to say everybody has to have the same story. Whatever your story is your story. But I'm telling you that of our stories here in America, I've been through it and trying to learn, and I went through the world. Oh, I thought I was from Africa, and you know, and all this and that, and then I said, why would I just take a thought that's out in the world that when I can find the truth? I say it takes Western Reserve, who have all these records, looking at my own family, and I already knew from the same great grandmother, she was born in 1917 or 18. And I had the pleasure of talking and knowing these people. So when I go to the census, I can go all the way to 1800s and see that my forefathers was right here in Virginia. And then I know now, because why Virginia, West Virginia, start looking to the territories and how they split up the territories, how they took the land. Yes. It's like my mind has opened up so much more to help me come to the truth.
After the fall, then the imaginary lines and false governors and role cosplayers came into play. I mean, they stolen the king's gold.
Yeah.
They set off a perilous state. The ship is sank. They don't stole it. They don't murder the delegates and the princeps and the owners of the land and the forefathers. Wrote a false history. J.P. Morgan and them boys became presidents of the bank, or International United States of America Incorporated. brought all of these foreigners here as indentured workers and free white people from other nations. And they labeled us black and civil litter mortis and made us incompetent. And then stole the names, put them on a doll's roll, and then those same incoming immigrants, last name was changed from Slavic to Williams, Gillespie, Smith, Michelson, Dante William. Name another Afro-American last name. Johnson, Black. Blacksmith.
McCoy, Walker, Patterson.
There you go. That's who they trying to say is the Moors. These people who were genocided out, put in military camps, sent overseas, sank, all type of things. Genocide was done to not only those military personnel, but their people back home.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I'm still doing my own family research is because my great grandfather who was died in 1927 in that Virginia area, and I think he went to war, so I'm still trying to find out. But it's just that I would have never even been thinking like this had I not been part of this. This is one thing. Now I ain't searching all your information and look up like this.
Do this. Go ahead, sister.
I looked because I was like, because I was looking at the law, and I'm like, well, did George Washington or the King George have a will? Like, so will, and I started reading about it, reading his will, and I seen that something in the will said about he wanted to start a school. And I'm like, is Kevin doing George will, doing God will?
Hold on. Why you doing that, man?
Lord have mercy.
Oh, man. You said you found that. Where you find that? You are insane. You just go, I thought you was about to say something else.
No, I've been looking. You thought I was about to say something else? What you thought I was about to say?
Well, KevRow University is the study of God. KevRow, Chiro. When they saw Christ, they will say, what? In real life.
What? Oh, my God.
So, KevRow University is the study of what?
God.
That's it. And it's proper perspective. You can't play this like X-Men type shit. You can't even play here. I like this. I love this.
That's why I ain't playing.
You know what's funny that you brought
I ain't
that
playing.
up?
I haven't been able to call.
You know what's funny that you brought that up? Have you ever seen that movie Soul? By Disney?
Is that the cartoon?
Yeah, where the dude comes back and realizes that it wasn't, everybody knew who he was, but his plan was to come back and do what? Get in tune with the people. He was going to the barbershop asking them about they self. What you do? What's up with you? See, in his first life, everybody knew who he was. In the second life, he was a what? He was a what? Not just a king. That was the first life. The second life, he was a what? A person of service.
A person of service. And then it was that.
I like talking to you.
What was I reading today? And it was talking about the second. Man, I can't. You done blew my mind. You know. This class always do all the insight because it has opened up my life and my world to
you brought up the university.
What I
you brought
think
up,
I
like,
need to be doing.
Like doing George's will.
Because I had known, I looked that up maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I think you are. You might not. I don't know if because if it was planned or you are, and that's like just like how the Bible is the real and the last New Testament. now you got me looking at the Bible as a real law book, and I'm like, okay, so what? I had to look up like what happens in a will, the difference between probate, and all kind of stuff. And so it just some just saying, well, George, he had to have a. This is a king. You gonna have something to leave.
If we're talking,
to,
so let's get to the meat and potatoes. I like where your mind is going. So if we're talking kingship in the air, who would be the heir to what? What are you trying to say?
not just like a monetary thing, but the heir to the kingship of the patriarch of like the delegates and the order of running the territory or running the kingdom. Like it's supposed to be the true bloodline. There's like how King George and he was the president and in charge. It's from the heirship according to like the Bible. I don't know what all it includes.
So,
I'm not talking about
you
just
did a great
like
job at explaining something. So let's say
okay.
allegorically, or let's say legally, the Bible
Mm-hmm.
is a living will.
Mm-hmm.
What is it saying?
We have to
So the coming of the lordship or the kingship or the Christ is really what?
Are you at let's
take it slow.
People?
Who
okay.
is the Redeemer?
Okay, yes, please.
Who is the Redeemer in Scripture?
The Holy Spirit?
You absolutely
the Spirit
right.
of truth.
You got it. You're absolutely right. I didn't. You just. That was so graceful. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And Jesus prophesied
that's one of my
the Spirit of truth in John 16,
mm-hmm.
correct?
Right. Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So he says, not me, because he that is going to come
mm-hmm.
is going to reprove the world of what?
Sin.
So what is sin?
Sin and death.
The God of death. Who is that?
The worshiping of. Ooh, it's so many. Which one? Serapis, Peter, Patan. Like some of these names that I've never even, because in my, even though I might have been doing stuff, I never even thought about like doing names. Yeah. Like what? All these ridiculous creatures.
So that's the only thing that the devil, that Satan in this world is afraid of, is these little knowings of these little things. That's it.
No. Mm-mm.
Everything else
stand up. Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Stand up and speak. Not be afraid to speak. And show the world a different side of the Negro.
He'll give you the words to say. If you follow him.
They went after the gold. It's not the gold that's the blessing.
Right?
The
oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And look, I passed the test. I didn't even know it. Thank you, Lord.
The gold ain't the blessing.
I'm not trying to.
Airship.
It's not. It's the truth. And the airship.
That's the son. That's what they call the second. So all of that, they went after, the fulfillment of the Gentiles until the end of time. They got 1,000 years.
Oh. Wow. Oh my God.
That's
oh my God.
We were beat on the balance budget on the chart. So thank you for the call, sister. Anything else?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's it for today. I'll be calling back and I'm gonna keep studying. Thank you.
Blessings. So it's easy for me. That's it. The Bible is a living will and testament. It's a real will. That's a real historical, that's a real legal book. I told you the land is founded on that God made you from the dust of this land. Make you no damn 14th Amendment citizen. That's from a dead state corpus. That's the God of the dead. That's who made you dead, who made you black or incompetent in law. Why you ain't got no right? You have privileges to do things and hold barbecues, which are ceremonial events to foreign gods in your own genocide. So keep barbecuing and ritualistic behavior of the ancestors and keep taking part of the last meal if you want to. KevRow. These are the gods of Serapis. Like the sister said, many gods. So, like, you see how I made her jump? Go ahead, fly. Anyway, and then, let her fly, for she's a lady. She's a lady. Press what? Gone. Easy work. Easy work. Press 1. 424-209-9506. We talking about the gold. It's a lot of people. Be quiet. The gold, the USS, I told you. What y'all quiet for? We already told y'all that all y'all states ain't nothing but sunken ships. Press 1. We already told you that. Todd is sending me things of Donald Trump court and how that's a ship in Florida itself. So we're going to keep going off of that. That's something else. So we all taking part in it. Shout out to the people in my Cash App: Jason Harris, Anjanita Moore, Derek Martin, Taj, John, yesterday, and Betty yesterday. Thank y'all for tuning in to this program today. But yeah. So the Moors, the French, the Spaniards, this is all one collective group. Those are not nationalities. Those are corporate estates feeding off of King George's estate. Then they whitewash history. But then they let you keep your own and whitewash that too. And told you, this is George Washington. Yeah, he was an Englishman. What's an Englishman? Right here in France. More of us. Look at this. English. Press 1. And the English was fighting French. Yeah. Let me see.
Unknown caller.
Oh, they look alike. Yeah, but this is the other one. That's how our history is. Push it. Hit that like button and subscribe. Let me see who this is. Atlanta is in the building. The SS George's Law. Talk to me.
Peace, Kevin. Scott's calling back.
What up?
All right. I'm in a better space right now, bro.
There we go.
I just had a quick question.
What happened?
Yeah, I had a quick question. All right. The sister said something, and that sparked up my mind. The pastor that talks about the law of redemption.
Go ahead.
And he talks about the scroll with the instructions written out on the outside of the scroll.
Yes, sir.
And I finally get it, bro. Like, as far as what you doing, bro. Like,
what you mean? You finally get it? What you mean, bro? I ain't doing shit. I'm a YouTuber. What do I do?
You the greatest, bro. You the greatest, bro. You the spirit of truth. You was the one that was.
Tell me what I'm doing.
You doing the act of service, bro. You doing the act of service and getting people to realize who they are. You raising the dead, bro. You getting people to understand what their true identity is, bro. And that part right there, bro. That like only you could do it, bro.
So you say
it's like, so man, I don't ever be trying.
Law of redemption. What did you think about that? Well, you was about to say something about the law of redemption. What about it?
Like, he was talking about in Jeremiah how you got the instructions of the scroll that was written on the outside of it, and to fulfill, to redeem the will, you have to follow the instructions.
That's inside
the redemption instructions.
That's inside the will.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I was making reference to.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Bro, like you know what I mean? You know I be lost sometimes, bro, but man, I really do.
I'm not worried about who lost. I'm not worried about that. You just called in.
I already know,
that's
man.
all that matter. You just said something very important. Very important. Don't worry about that.
Indeed,
bro.
I just wanted to.
You got to know how to take them blows,
like that, bro.
Everybody tripping off.
Yeah, bro. You know I take a whooping, bro.
I'm used to that. Shit, then we on KevRow tonight. I see you in a minute, chat. My man, Taj in the building. Taj, I don't even know why y'all be feeling bad. I just be talking shit, trying to hurry up and get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get to it. And the sister like, hold up. Thinking about it non-allegorically, and is that related in a sense legally to Georgia's law? Because that would still be in air. You ain't had a king since King George.
T-Lore.
So yeah, you ain't had a motherfucking king since King
Glory.
George. Taylor, aka Forrest Glory, in the building. What up?
Hey, Professor, it's Forrest Glory. How are you doing?
Bless. What's up?
Okay, so I wanted to call in because I had been studying not too long ago about the law of nations, of course, and had come across a definition that was relating to J.P. Morgan, but I just left it in my notebook because, of course, you want to make sure that you only speak on things when they are on topic, of course.
Facts.
So the definition that I came across was prize court, and I'll explain why I'm bringing this up. So prize court is a court or a single individual, such as an ambassador or consul, authorized to consider whether prizes, which are equipment, vehicles, or vessels, and cargo captured during armed conflict, have been lawfully captured. Typically whether a ship has been lawfully seized in time of war or under terms of seizing. And it says that seizing the ship's letters, the marquee, and reprisal. Now, the part that really got me and what made me think of J.P. Morgan is because it said here that only an authorized or private person known as a privateer or corsair, which is CORSAIR,
Yes.
Known as a corsair, to attack and capture the vessels of a nation at war. And the reason why that stood out to me is because J.P. Morgan's ship's name is the Corsair, which is CORSAIR.
Yes.
And so when I saw that word, I said, I've seen that before. Like, I know that word. And looked it up, and sure enough, J.P. Morgan.
That's the ship he took some delegates
That he
out
held
on.
those people up.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So it says to attack or capture vessels of a nation at war. After capturing, the privateer could bring the case before prize court and before their admiralty court to transfer ownership to the privateer.
Boom.
So when I saw that, I thought of how, where he would be able to seize, take the gold, take the vessels, take the bodies, and basically take claim on it or take it before the admiralty.
It's under admiralty law.
Yes.
So they sunk. Got you. Go
yes,
ahead.
Thank you. Yes, sir. So that was, what I had written down, and just like I don't know. When I saw Corsair, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the ship he took those delegates out on, and just seeing how it, all correlates together, and knowing that J.P. Morgan, like, he is, I guess what we can use as the face of overtaking or helping to overtake Georgia's law and the land and the people, and so it's almost like a Disney effect, how they use the characters and the people, and they say, well, this person did this and this person did this, and they try to like place blame here and there, but I feel like all roads lead to J.P. Morgan, so I just wanted to call in and share that really quickly.
Much. Very, very, very important.
Absolutely.
You so much. Yes, ma'am. Peace and blessing.
Bye-bye.
Peace and blessing. See, Ali, that's why I'm joining the girls team, bro. See, Marley, I'm joining the girls volleyball team, bro. Y'all tripping. Press 1, I'm going to do the project work with the ladies, bro. Y'all ain't doing shit. You saw what they just laid down? Molly finna call in and read Proverbs 3:3.
Not like this. Not like this.
Ali ready. Ali over there right now. I'm finna call in right now. I'm gonna hit his ass with 3:3 and talk about that girl over there tripping. Press 1, you already said this, King. Nah, bro, but you ain't finna hit us with no more Proverb 3:3. Hit that like button and subscribe with my silly self. Man, it's important to realize we've been taking the mask off this for quite some time. Did you hear what she said? She said, I went and got that book, the the law of nations, and something stood out to me. That's how I need my students. That's how I need my. I was that book you said, the law of nations. I looked into that and looked under some wordplay and shit, and boom, look at this. How you going? How you going to free yourself and free your mind if you can't keep up? Or maybe y'all just lost already. Maybe y'all just hanging out because the girls wear booty shorts here. Press one. Maybe y'all just we ain't graduating this year, bro. We fuck this off again. Oh my goodness. Y'all just gonna let the girls beat y'all up. The LGBTQ queens beat y'all up. The young lady say, listen, Kev, it wasn't really called the Titanic. It was, whatchamacallit, the Olympic. So, family, we have to outthink. Call it in 424-209-9506. This is going back to King George. This is going back to what Said was talking about, that Valley of the Kings where Colonel George Washington Gillespie fought right there in the Continental Army. Press 1C is going back to the true story of America. You got George Washington versus George Washington Gillespie. Press 1. And I didn't make the rules. I didn't say none of this. I'm just telling you. I didn't say none of this. I didn't make this up. I didn't make that up. So it's all about the Washington and the French and Indian War. They Indians, them black Moors, they Indian. The French and Washington and the French and Indian War. So when you go to there, you got to realize Colonel George Washington Gillespie or Limestone George Washington. These are all the same. Boom. You know why limestone? Because that's Lime Street. Press 1. Follow the yellow brick road. Press 1. This the house right here on the internet. You Google it yourself. Google it of many, many homes around, but these are the different.
Unknown caller.
Y'all gotta wake up, family. Cause I'm wide awoke. I know y'all be seeing me smoke. That's to slow my brain down, cause I'll be gone. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
What's going on, Kev? This is R. Davis. I'm at work, so I'm gonna try to ask a couple questions, but make it quick too. So my thing is this a blessing versus an inheritance type of thing? Whereas though, like, if you look at it, the goal is the blessing, but the land and your freedom is the inheritance. And then once you see like, oh yeah, you got more, like they took the goal, but then they see like, oh, you got more. Bingo. There's more, and then that's where you get all the wars, because if they know that if the inheritance is that, then every time us as melanated Americans have kids, we will just keep passing it and passing it. He can't catch it because you keep having kids, and that's why they would be like, hey, stop having kids and split up. I don't want you with you and you with you because you can't have kids. So even if one generation do mess up, as long as they have kids, there's always a chance with your kids to redeem yourself in your name.
Well, you can't redeem yourself.
Hello?
Well, you can't redeem yourself.
Or, yeah, Alicia name.
Yeah, you can't redeem yourself.
All right.
Yeah. You can't. This is.
All right, I'm at work. I'm gonna continue to listen, but that's all I had. Was things like it's a blessing versus inheritance.
Well, you're right. You're right. It's all a blessing and an inheritance. The inheritance is the blessing, and blessing is the inheritance. That's what we were looking for, the inheritance. We got it. See? See, the difference is a lot of people think that it's theirs. It's not. I'm proving whose it is. Facts. And what law? What kingdom? Ain't no way out of this. You think I just walking up the street and made this shit up? God touched me. I gotta laugh at that because it's like I remember you people used to say that, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I got some cold wisdom, bro. That's the inheritance. That's the blessing, and that
Unknown caller.
is the heir to. Allegorically, you dealing with the holy, the holy seed. This is huge. That's huge. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air? What up?
Hey, it's Brittany.
Brittany, once again, what's up, Brittany?
Not much. So just quickly looking into the SS Central America, I wanted to just bring up something that stood out to me quickly.
Go ahead.
You mentioned the French and Indians, so that goes into the Mexican American War.
Go ahead.
Correct? Like Portugal and what they would claim as Native Americans. And just in general, that ship was insured. There was like 39 insurance companies that filed suit against that. The damages that were paid for the ship sinking and losing the gold. So then I also see that the gold was also, being released back to the United States Marshal Service. So that's why I bring up the Mexican-American War, because the Marshal Service, U.S. Marshal Service, and the Marshall's Plan are all connected with Portugal, Italy, returning money and gold back to Europe, rebuilding Europe after the Great War. So seeing that it was insured and seeing that they had to surrender that gold to the U.S. Marshal Service, that stood out to me, especially in regards to Mexico and Native Americans, which would be Indian or India. And I also saw that under this, George Lott, he was a part of forming the U.S. Mail Steamship Company, which also owned a ship called the Star of the West.
The what?
And the Star of the West. The Star of the West.
The Star of the West. Okay.
And it says that was scuttled by Confederate forces in 1863. And out of that came a award called the Citadel, the Star of the West Medal, which is awarded to the best drilled cadet at the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. And so that stood out to me because these colleges receive grants from the military. They're the same colleges that are incorporated, and so basically I'm just seeing how, following the gold, seeing how they siphoned out the gold through the U.S. Marshal Service to these military colleges, and specifically this one founded in South Carolina. And of course, that brings me back to King George, and the incorporation of the Carolinas. And so I thought that was interesting. The Star of the West.
Okay.
Ship and medal.
Yeah, I mean, you don't find that interesting? What do you get from that, Brittany? The book you get from the
That
star, is that symbolic to you, or with the grizzly bear looking up at the star in California? What does that mean to you?
yeah, that is definitely symbolic. It's definitely it's like they captured the Star of David in a sense. Like they it was scuttled by the Confederate forces, so it's like they captured the Star of the West, right? Which would be Washington State again, which would be George Washington Gillespie again, King George. And especially on the West Coast, going up to British Columbia, there's a lot under King George's name on the West. So
Facts.
that's how
That's
I perceive that.
That well, I just wanted to know how you were looking at that. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you so much for the call and the participation, of course. I love it. Brittany, all the way from British Columbia, some damn where. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. 424-209-9506. There has to be questions. Don't let me get out of here. I get too much support to not receive questions from the audience and the men in the chat room. What's up, fellas? Talk to me. We talked about Prometheus. We got a lot to talk about and discuss. What up with it? King of the Pirates. There's only one Redeemer. So, that goes back to the young man who
Unknown
said,
caller.
redeem our name. No. You got the wrong idea, sir. Coffee and Kush TV. You're on the air. What up?
Hi, Professor. This is Shada Bless calling in from the Bay Area,
There we go.
San
Shida
Francisco.
Bless. What up with it?
I was thinking, like in elementary school, they always taught us about the Bermuda Triangle,
Yes.
also known as the Devil's something. And I was wondering, like, if that has anything to do with the George Law ship.
I don't know.
And like
what did they say was the
some
cause?
other ships possibly.
Where was the
They
sinking
said
of this
things
stuff?
that. So I was looking this up, and I've been trying to research. I'm not a great researcher, but like it was in the Atlantic Ocean area, like. So, but what they say is that it was a lot of unknown ships and aircraft went into the Bermuda Triangle, and it's like they disappeared. No one knows anything. They don't have any like, they don't know what happened to the ships once it go into the ships or the aircraft. Once it go into the Bermuda Triangle, it's like they just disappeared.
I get what they say. Where is the Bermuda Triangle,
Mm-hmm.
and where is the sinking of this ship?
That's what I don't know. I don't know. From what I'm looking up,
you better Google it.
I'm Googling, and what it says is the North Atlantic Ocean, and it's supposed to be an urban legend focused on loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, where a number of aircraft and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. And then there's more. The idea of the areas are uniquely prone to disappearances arose in the mid-20th century, but most reputable resources dismiss the idea that there is any mystery. So, like, as you're teaching and everything, like, things just come into my mind and my heart. So it's like I just be wondering, and I try to research. I'm not the best researcher,
No,
so
we
a lot of times I run into
about the USS Central America with the gold on it. What you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm also talking about that.
Okay, now talk about.
And what made me think of the Bermuda Triangle is because, like I said, as I was coming up in school, they would speak a lot about the Bermuda Triangle. And I was like, wow, I wonder, is that where they possibly sunk the ships? You know, because they were like,
you would have to personally would say, okay, let me find out where these ships went down, and then you would say, let me see
okay.
where the Bermuda Triangle is,
hmm
and then if they're
And from what I'm seeing on Google, Wikipedia is saying North Atlantic Ocean.
I don't know.
So I don't. Okay, I don't know either. That's
I'm
why
looking for the
I
gold.
don't.
The
But
gold on the ship. George's law. Is your mind wrapped
okay.
on God's? Excuse me. George's law.
You wouldn't understand. My mind is wrapped on it. My mind has been brought to it. Not only is it wrapped on it,
How much
I know
gold? How much
exactly
gold was taken? How much money is taken out of this wreckage? You in the Bermuda Triangle. Now you lost and confused because you're not paying attention. Gee, see what happened? You lost in wonder.
I'm paying attention. That's what brought me to think about the Bermuda Triangle, because they were, when I was brought up and they were speaking on it, it was told that a lot of ships and stuff were disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle.
Do you think
that's what I'm
real?
saying? So
is it real? Is it a myth? Is it something to keep your mind in mythology? Is it a myth or is it real? Did something happen? Is there a real?
So
you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying with the ship. So if the ship was sunken and don't nobody know where the ship is, right?
We didn't say that. We didn't. I didn't say.
Or
that
we know where the ship was.
That's for you, ma'am. Go to the back of the classroom and have a seat. This is why I be telling people to call in. Ma'am, go back there and sit down. You got Google. You have the same internet as everybody else. What are you talking about? I can't get jiggy with that. I can't. Everybody got the internet, champ. So we looking for the gold of the ship. How much gold was taken from the ship, family? Damn. Damn, bruh. Y'all mind just all over the place over nothing, bro. It ain't talking about nothing. That's why I'm glad I got my study team. Get up here and do my motherfucking thing. Over $300 billion. Over $300 billion. Hit the like button and subscribe. Gucci Moses, what the fuck is you doing? Keep pressing one in my chat room for? I'm gonna put you on timeout. There's no reason. What you mean press one? Nigga, my phone lines is open. Hit that like button and subscribe, bro. My phone lines is open. This is great information. These niggas want me to be a clown for them. Even Brittany can call in. Now that's a fucking strength. That's balls. Hit the like button, ladies. Shout out to the family. when I come up on this computer, don't come in my motherfucking chat room playing and shit. My supporters is right here, champ. Don't come over here pressing one and all that. Yo, y'all finna get y'all motherfucking ass blocked right the fuck up out of here. For now, I'm going straight private. You niggas has been sitting right here on some LGBTQ shit, acting like straight hoes. And the female sitting right here bullying you niggas, bro. Didn't think it was, yeah, I wouldn't have thought neither, but sheesh. Niggas is really just, I don't even want your support. I got support. Hell no. I want the work ethic. All that want to hang around shit. No, bro, I'm disgusted. Next up, ladies, Brother Polite, the lesbian conversion. We talk to y'all about relationships, honorable men and shit. A man on the grind with God and money and grind on his heart is the prize. I want to see these niggas from the old, all that other shit coming out of nowhere. I don't even want that shit over here, bro. I teach too well. We talking about some other. I done brought you niggas too far for y'all to be sitting up here pressing one and shit like that, and like not at the forefront of this education. You want to teach on the road? Get your Zoom shit ready. Y'all niggas has been playing this whole time. Luckily, I wasn't. I'm glad I didn't even go astray. All that faking shit, all that faking and jiving shit, that shit dead over here. Well, niggas be wanting to play around. I don't like that. You niggas is expelled. That way more people fit in. A lot of niggas is taking up space. A lot of niggas come and go. When we touch on certain topics, when it's time to talk shit to these women, they right there ready to go with that angry man. When it's time to defend our people and 200-300 massacre, you don't hear nothing. Only thing you hear is, go, Kev, you got it. You can do it. I know I can do it. That's why KevRow University. It's for you to do it. That's the plan. That's why I be and these people who call in and trying to get it without action. What are we doing? This is information. This is knowledge and wisdom. This is knowledge and wisdom. Then y'all want to be in my emails and ha and he on my Instagram. Hell no. My friendship right here on this goddamn show. Press one of the people that's fucking with me is making that shit known. You know, other than that, shout out to the people. I see y'all in a minute. Coffee and Kush, Channel 54, Late Night with the Row. You feel me? Coming up next right here on KevRow, Channel 54. And as always, y'all niggas trip me out because y'all too quiet. Y'all too quiet. Y'all too turned down. Y'all try to lead a nigga somewhere else. Nah, champion. Hit that like button. Nah, bro. Niggas is too quiet. Niggas start touching on these specific. Y'all start ducking and hiding and calling in on the dumbest shit. All that shit is rap. I told you. It was going to come a time where niggas just say, fuck it. Because I got a lot of support.
Unknown caller.
A whole lot of support. So, y'all little ones and shit, I'm talking to the ones that be here.
To accept,
I ain't
press
talking
1.
on new people or none of that shit. I'm talking to the ones that be here. Y'all have let me down dramatically, and the new school is coming into full effect. Now press 1. Hit that like button and subscribe. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Hey, what up, Kev? This is Black and Silver.
What's up, Black and Silver?
Hey, man. You you really helping us. And I kind of wanted to not let you go without touching on what I had put in the chat.
Go ahead,
earlier.
please. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
About the Tower of Babel. Okay, we had the Nimrod, was trying to bring the people
together and keep them in one place. So he was building the tower, and God interrupted that. And so that was after the fall and the situation with the first Adam. So now Jesus came and brought us back to the place where we can reunite with him. So when the gentleman was talking about the Pentecost, the day of Pentecost, it kind of, made me think about, due to the trickery that has been implemented into the church system, I thought about, could the day of Pentecost actually be the resurrection of the second Tower of Babel?
Did God say it was going to be a
Because it
second
did
Tower of
speak
Babel?
about, God never said it was going to be a second Tower of Babel.
There's no mention of no second tower.
Right. Well, I was just thinking about all of them coming together, and after Jesus left off the scene, because when you think about the day of Pentecost, where did the word Pentecost come in? Outside of you having Peter and Paul, which were Romans, coming back to seem like undo the things that Jesus had implemented and was an example of.
What did Jesus implement?
Okay, so one of the things that I thought about was Jesus, calling Peter and John and saying, "I'll make you fishermen of men." And so with him making them fishermen of men to make disciples for his purpose, Peter coming back and taking everything that Jesus taught him and use it for himself, and being the opposite of what Christ was representing, trying to bring us back to an upright state of being. But then after he was taken off the scene, and we were supposed to be introduced to the Comforter, which is the Spirit, which is the Spirit of truth. They changed all of that by implementing their own agenda, because the fight and the struggle was between the agenda of Peter being Satan.
Where is
and
the
then
information on the ship of gold, the SS Central America? Where is that?
the information on the ship of gold. Okay, so talking about the ship of gold and how it was stolen from us as a people, from God's people.
All right, go have a seat. Go have a seat. Go over there and have a seat. Just go on in the back. Just go on in the back. Man. That is enough of y'all. Whoo shit. Whoo shit. I'm sorry. I can't do that shit no more. Hell no. I can't do it no more. Mm-mm. Then I'll be calling around on the niggas that's supposed to be there, and then they'll leave me fucking nigga. Oh no. Yeah, I'm cool. So anyway, we're going back to the Scotch and the lost gold of the Leprechauns, the four-leaf clover, the Boston Celtic, the covenant, remembering the contract, maritime law, perilous state, all that good shit. Where's me gold? Make the contracts, all of that good stuff that come with. You see how when y'all call and y'all go right
Unknown caller.
to allegories and lost in time and space,
Call
family, I
from
want y'all to pay attention. Stay with the people, and we're gonna stay focused on not being lost in time and space. The SS Central America ship of gold and the $300-400 billion worth of gold on the ship. Go ahead, Ali.
What's up, champ? Yeah, I just wanted to call and touch on what you got on here about the $300 billion worth of gold.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot
mean,
of
and
gold.
it all boils back to what you done told us, Kels. I looked it up. It's in the Bank of London. Who own the Bank of London? The Lords of London, like you done told us, champ.
Wait a minute. You look what up?
Yeah. The $300 billion worth of gold. I said, put up for King George or whatever, and it came up. There's $300 billion worth of gold locked in the vaults of London. And I said, damn. But I've been, champ. I've been with you, man. I've been with you for 4 years. I've been with you for 4 years, champ. I've been knowing you was the spirit of truth. I've been knowing you was the king, champ. You know this. I've been knowing who you was. I might not call and give y'all this shit all the time, champ, but you know I know who you is, man. That's why I'm with you 100%. Fuck some LGBTQ. Fuck all that shit. If you woke me up, champ, you know that. I was going to church trying to be a deacon. You rose me from the dead. You rose me from the dead, champ, literally. And like you said, our people had us. We go to church, man. They tell us, oh yeah, the dead will be risen. We thinking literally that dead people gonna be risen. No, till you get to fucking with Kev and he put you on this spirit of truth, and you realize you the dead person. You the dead person, Kev. Kev, you waking us up, man. I love you, champ. I couldn't go out without. I couldn't let you get off this air without me calling in and saying something, bro.
So the money
love
is
you, bro.
So the money is in Lloyd.
The money is in the Bank of London, champ. And who you done told us own it? The Lords of London, champ. You the king, champ. That's my king. That's my king. Hell yeah. Love.
Much love to my nigga Ali. I told you, Candace Owens. I told you. You think I just woke up and found this out? Press 1. That's how you drive. And then he came up and fuck that. Bam. The money of the money is the Lord of London holding on the benefit of the heir of the king, which is your king, which is your beneficiary package as well. Why you think I made the thumbnail of the world's leading insurance company, Lloyd's, with the black man as a slave? Why you think I did that? Yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Keep you on drugs. Remember the red flowers represent the drugs and shit? They got insurance on us. They got insurance on all that. Slavery is a choice. Lime Street. Why you think I made it the Emerald City? The man, the Wizard of Oz. Lloyd. And George Lloyd, George Farmer, look. His parents, his friends, his life. Candace Owens married into, you see what I'm saying? So their whole game is to do what? That's why you got to call in, fellas. That's why. Hit that like button and subscribe. That's why. And if you don't see by now, I'm not here to play with them. I'm not here to play with them. You either gonna wake up or you not. We at a point now where it's like, damn, okay, so let's speed this up. So Kev, why do you do this? Because the king's gold, the leprechaun's gold, the Scot, the patriot, the patriarch, the family, the kingdom, the heir, the throne, the names, the roles, that one. Everything that consists of the world feeding off of us and living off of our trust and living off of, well, the trust and will of God. It's saying God we trust, right? Where did they get it from? Okay, then. Why are you barred? Because you're under the Lloyd of London Bar Association. All black people. That's why you a slave in the 13th Amendment. You need the Bar Association to speak for you. All your thugs, all your criminals, all your gangsters, y'all need foreigners who got gain of that trust and your Social Security and your SSA and your name and your estate and the king's estate, which trickle down to the people and trickle down to those who are emancipated, who are a part of that. This is the only way. There's no other way. There's no other person on the internet has brought it to this level, so simplified. And I'm at a point now where I'm having a ball. I'm finna take a small break. I shouldn't even have to take a break. Not after that. See how fast we just switched over to the gold and who was involved. Ali changed the whole dynamic of the show. See? Now who got the gold? Now you know what happened to the $300 billion. Boom. Boom. Now what time was this? How long was that in the difference between us giving the money, so-called lending the money to Germany, and Hitler so-called losing gold? Now we're going to hear $300 billion all over the place. You see, we in another level. That's why I'm excited. That's why I was excited when Ali said that. I'm like, there he go. That's the brother I'm looking for right there. Give me some shit like that, fellas. Shit, almost. Fuck, man. The girls coming on here, bro. Tough. All the gold is insured. But not only is it insured, they took the gold as well. This is beyond plausible deniability, y'all. I just want y'all to know that. So the next show, we're going to talk about King George, the gold, the theater of war. Take a breath, go take a lunch, go take a smoke, go do what you got to do. Hit me up if you got some information pertaining our next conversation in about an hour and a half or two, and we just right back at it, because that's important. We following the yellow brick road. What's the yellow? Follow the gold, the drugs, Lime Street, Limestone George, Lime Street, the beneficiary package, the trust, the insurance. You feel me? This is shit. You see how I made it look like the Matrix too? Because that's what it is. This is what powers the world. Our stuff. So we're going to get back to it probably tomorrow morning. I might just have to come back on and talk about YMW Melly, talk about Brother Polite, talk about all that. So we might just hold this till tomorrow morning. Shout out to the people who've contributed to this program by calling in and hitting that like button. That's y'all out there staying put during this 3 hour and 43 live stream just to get to a definitive. Shout out to Candace Owens and her husband for being a part of this broadcast and the next one, because this is dope. No black people, ain't no black people on the internet talking about no damn USS South America, Georgia's law. They incorporated the law, the church, and then start amending them into policies as if they are the kingmakers. Coffee and Kush TV. And as always, family, I'll holla.